Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. In them you hear a voice, a beckoning lure you have heard so many times before. It is the song of the horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and untold horrors, of golden promises and dire warnings, and you know her song. It has always been there. Listen, can you hear it? The wind is in your favor, the tide is rising, the sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls.
Thank you.
Ahoy and welcome everybody. Welcome to Horizon's Call, episode 4, season 5, right? Is that right? That sounds right. I was literally just looking at it. My brain's... I'm Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. I can at least remember my real name. I am your GM for this game, and I'm joined as always by these very lovely people, in addition to the incredible guest who has been able to join us since the beginning of this season. We're very appreciative for her, Jen from Long Dog Dice. I am going to have these lovely people go around and say more about their characters, and then we'll jump into things. But before that, I do want to say a couple of things. First of all, this is a Sword and Key game. You can find all of Sword and Key stuff at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. Find our socials, join our Discord, be an awesome community member if that's your bag. Check out some of our discount codes, like for Long Dog Dice. You can get 10% off your first purchase with code Sword and Key. You can also see some of our affiliate ships. Like I just said, Long Dog Dice. Nope, that's not. See my brain. It went right out the window. Windows are right there. Other affiliates that we have are Hit Point Press, the makers of Humblewood, Islands of Sina Una, and Eldritch Foundry if you're looking to make custom minis. What I was going to say is some of our wonderful charitable organizations we support, like PCRF, Palestine Children's Relief Fund, Canada Companies for Independence, Fauna and Flora International, or if you were looking to support the arts in a more direct way, you can tip our cast and crew through Pally. It is a great tool that evenly distributes anything that you are generous and able enough to tip, and, puts a couple dollars in our pocket. It actually really is nice to see that every now and then. But also, perhaps more importantly to you, it can impact our game. It can give us crits, advantages, and even complications to really spice things up. So all that said, I'll say more about that later. Let's go ahead and go around. Mara, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hi, I'm Mara. I use they, she pronouns. I play Acacia, who uses she, her pronouns, your Centaur Star Druid, Soul Knife Rogue, who is ready to finish up this quest and get the fuck out of hell.
Fair enough. Next up we have Eva.
Hi, hello, I'm Eva. My pronouns are she, her. Today I'm playing Winnie, also she, her, who is your alchemical artificer bard, who's also a sea elf. And I share joint custody of little Jeffrey, the little homunculus.
Joint?
Well, because sometimes I control him, and sometimes Derek steps in and does little stuff.
I thought I just got an accidental lore drop.
No, that's valid. No.
I thought he was on loan you accidentally put him on loan to a devil or something.
I actually want to. I'm so sorry. I really want to argue this joint custody part because you've provided autonomy to a creature and then said, okay, hey, representation of all autonomy besides my own in the world and those of my fellow players, provide that autonomy. You can't say that your dog has joint ownership of himself. That's not how that works.
Okay, but he never gets to speak up during intros and stuff. So
would you like him to?
Just do a little dab, sure. It's allowed.
We need a little Jeffrey dab emote now. Got it.
Yeah, I just have a shark head. He doesn't have hands or arms or anything.
We need those artists.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find one.
No, it's not an I don't need an apology. I need to give an apology. I think eventually when maybe I can find a street shark puppet. I think they did have street shark puppets.
Oh no, you have the hork.
I do have the hork.
Yeah.
You know it. Yes.
Yeah, that was
you know it
that
by
was a birthday
name.
present. We're so quickly getting off the rails.
I know.
Next up, we have Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. He, him pronouns. I know my name. I'm playing Proximus. He, him pronouns. Your Triton, Shadow Sorcerer, Oath of the Guardian, Paladin. And yes, I
Yes.
would like to get hell out of hell.
Yes, get the hell out of hell. Special thank you to Michael, as always, for the artwork that you can see on your screen on all of our promotional materials, not just for this game, but for many games. Also, special thank you to Michael for the Wikipedia article for the television cartoon series Gem and the holograms that I still have up that we were talking about before this game. Next up, we have Kayla.
Hi, hello, my name is Kaila. You share your pronouns. I am Blair Star and Storm Sorcerer Scarlett Shores, who also uses she, her pronouns. And I'm terrified because I apparently inspired the title for this week's episode.
Kind of. I mean, it was
Kind
it
of,
was a
sort
good
of.
title. It was a good title, but definitely you helped it be top of mind. Oh, they did
Okay.
make Street Shark puppets. Okay.
Oh my
Well,
god.
let's see.
Also, I would
There's a-
also like to state that I have said in the past that Derek and I share custody over Marcus.
It's true. $110, vintage 1994. Whatever.
I'm just
Sorry,
gonna
I'm
leave
getting
I'm
off
just gonna
track.
leave the tip command.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
find the
if-
Street Shark puppet.
If you want to buy the Street Shark puppet off of Etsy or eBay, how much is it on eBay? Anyway, while I look this up, a very special guest, Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen, she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Callista, your Tempest cleric down in the hells, who's like kind of maybe overstayed her welcome a little bit and is gonna maybe not be here anymore after this, one way or another. I am also Long Dog Dice, so if you're into dicey things, hey, you should go check that out. Also, because maybe I announced the other day I'm finally doing a shop update for the first time this year, because I've been working on so many commissions and other things. So there's other stuff that'll be going up on Friday, whatever day that is, the 4th? The 4th, Friday the 4th at 5 p.m. Central. You can see things. There's a coming soon tab on the website. You can see all the things that I'm planning on dropping, and I'm going to try to add some more over the next couple of days.
Fantastic. I looked at a lot of those sets. They're very beautiful. I am actually about to buy one for a friend who had a birthday recently. So I love the stuff that you're putting out there. It's absolutely, it's so very cool. Thank you to the audience for joining us again. You can always use the tip command to show us a little appreciation, and you can always check out all of our links at beacons.ai/sword and key. For the recap, Kayla.
Yeah, hi, hello. This is going to be an awful recap, and I apologize
do
in
great.
advance. Also, Derek, do we need to fight over dice? Do we need to make sure that we're not going after the same ones?
Think so.
Okay. We can.
Good news,
make
you
sure.
know who makes them.
I was
If that
going to say,
happens.
I don't think we need to fight, but if you want to, I know where you
I
live.
will always want to
figure it
fight.
out.
Yeah.
Recap, yeah. So we officially got escorted out of the fetters, and we are sealed off, gone, do not return. You will end badly if you do. And that includes Callista. So sorry. Maybe. We unsure if we should apologize or not. We might have
It's
done a
fine.
favor.
It's fine.
We eventually made it to our awaiting vessel of transport and met some very lovely people, one of which is appropriately named Mr. Prick, because the sunny personality. Once getting settled on the ship, we did meet Navik, who is the captain of said ship. We kind of settled into our own little quiet hidey hole thanks to Winnie. It was safe, it was quiet, until such thing called a devil shark exists, which is terrifying. If you haven't looked it up, please do yourself a favor. I never want to encounter that ever again. We use smarts rather than force this time around, and we GTFO'd because Callisto's great, banished it. Acacia and Scarlett were together, moved on. We had some heart-to-hearts, some big feels. It was, yep, If you want those knives, I will spare you at this moment. Callista was able to reconnect with her given goddess, unsure of what we're going to go with that one. But there might be a slight ambient glow with more than one person in the party now, which is fine. We're not doing a sneaking mission at all. But eventually it was time for us to get off the ship, and we all could not be happier to do so.
Fantastic. Please enjoy that point of inspiration. And as we pick up with all of you on the coast of the Styx, this rocky, barren, black stone, almost volcanic-like stone that seems to just crumble and stab at your feet, trying to find any opportunity just to provide that little bit of extra discomfort. You find yourselves looking at Umberlith Manor, this massive black stone crenellation, as much a castle as it is a manor, very gothic sort of vibes to it. Soft gleam kind of extends that where the black reddishness of the Styx seems to reflect slightly in this ever-present red glow that extends down from the infernal skies above. You are protected as far as you can tell, at least from view, by this rocky outcropping, kind of just peeking over a little bit to see that Umberlith Manor stands a few hundred feet away. Seems to have some movement beyond the crenellations. You know, it's neither day nor night, just that red glow again that kind of makes everything seem almost infrared in a way. Everything is dim at best, and the dust in the air is choking. But you still have your devilish protection to prevent you from getting too much harm just from the unnatural elements of hell. How did you all want to proceed towards Umberlith Manor? What is the game plan?
Carefully.
Fantastic. What's the game plan?
Are there any... I think at least one of us has a spyglass. If not, I would have definitely taken one from one of the ships. Any people patrolling the grounds from what we can see and so on and so forth? What's
For
the
sure.
best way to head up there? Sneak up there?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage since you're using the spyglass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have one.
For sure. It would be silly to think at this point that you did not.
Yeah, basically. Spyglass and perception. Got a 16 plus 14.
Okay. You spot quite a bit. I mean, that's a 40 or 30. I'm sorry, that's 30. What you are kind of like glancing around at, you can see that there are these pinkish flames which illuminate these different spots. There seem to be torches as well as braziers. So along the top of the wall, along the crenellations, you can see that there are bearded devils that are kind of just passing by one another. The guard seems to... the changing of the guard essentially crisscrosses and are kind of making these sweeps, all of them carrying these halberd, glaive, very nasty, jagged-like weapons. Around the grounds themselves, there doesn't seem to be a lot of movement. There's no greenery. There's mostly just, rocks and some statues that are kind of like, even the rocks themselves kind of have this like malicious vibe to them. Like every time you look at a rock, it's that sensation of like seeing a face in something that a face isn't meant to be at. The way the shadows are cast, everything is kind of like glaring at you. But you don't see any natural movement. Again, no plant life, no source of water, no real breeze even. Looking up above the walls, you can see that there are 3 spined devils with these extended bat-like, pterodactyl-like leathery wings that are flying about. They are kind of like idly holding these tridents, which are kind of like just dropping beneath them as they're just kind of scanning about the grounds as well. That's pretty much all you pick up on. You don't see anything that isn't medium size. There's not a lot of windows. You do see a couple of openings, but there's no real light coming from anywhere within. It has this very like glossy black vibe to it with that pink light kind of shining off of it.
I will relay said information to the group.
Cool.
Thoughts on
And
how
we
we
have a
should
new black
approach?
spot.
Lovely.
No, you what? No,
Dang.
no, you misread that.
Thank you.
Well, Eva
but-
sent it to me. Eva, you're lying.
I did not. To be clear, I informed you. I did not send the black spot.
Oh,
You did not. You did not purchase it. You did message me on Discord, so I
Yes.
need to. I should specify.
I yeah, I look at everybody else. Any plans of approach? Any ideas?
Sneaky. Or perhaps, if we think it would work, we could be door-to-door skin salespeople or something.
Do you have spare
What?
skin? Where are we gonna get skin to even look like skin salesmen, Twinny?
Well, we can make
What a
things look like
choice.
other things. Look, I just know that's something people are interested down here.
Okay,
Go
okay.
with skin.
I'm gonna back it up slightly. Remind me, you need to. I understand what needs to happen to the Chancellor. Do you need to get into the vault before that happens? Like, is there a required order of events here?
No, because we don't know where his name is. If we knew the name was in the vault, then vault would probably be ideal. But
The only big order of event is name before killing.
Obviously that one.
Ideally.
Okay.
yeah. But it could really be anywhere or anything. So, I think at some point we should figure out when we want to call it a loss and what to do from there.
Did you have an idea of a specific order that you wanted to pitch?
No, before I started trying to come up with any semblance of a plan, wanted to know what bounds I had to work within. So,
Like, us technically don't need to get into the vault.
Well,
But I know
it'll
you do.
It's gonna make our visit down here a lot more worth it, I think.
Yeah.
my
you-
understanding is your agreement gives you access to the vault after you complete this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Callista, having read through it,
Yeah.
it access to the vault is granted. Specifically,
Mhm.
taking items from the vault is only granted upon success of
Okay.
the mission.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as you all are concerned, you don't necessarily need to get it. Here's where I'm at. A lot of my motivations have shifted since I'm no longer allowed back in the city of Dis. So there's that. Would I like to get into the vault and have to sort through some of the inevitably way too large stash of soul coins to try to do something about that? Yes. Is that as necessary at this point? Not entirely. I do think if I were trying to hide my name, a vault is a good place to put it.
But is it too obvious? Like, is that
That's what I was thinking.
That's the other problem.
Do we
is,
think
of
there's
course
a
that's where you look.
secret vault? Like, Ogden had, like, it was like vaults all the way down.
Or like hiding a vault, like a safe behind a picture frame in your personal quarters.
Yeah, or inside an imp or whatever.
Here-
What,
Yeah, you did hear that right, Callista.
No, I heard that. I'm thinking about the likelihood and validity of that as a possibility.
it seems unlikely. Like, if one devil has an imp with the name inside, it seems unlikely that, like, someone else would be like, I'm gonna copy that straight off. Like, on the other hand, he did still steal the estate, so, like, maybe he is just a copier. Okay.
So, Acacia, there was one other thing I wanted to note with your
Yes.
what you're kind of picking up on, especially because of your height, because of the 30. You do note that there is a moat around. Essentially, the manor is kept in two pieces that you're kind of spying. You can see that there is what looks like more of a castle section, and then there appears to be a walkway, causeway, bridge of some sort that does have crenellations on it, but is more at like ground level, and that extends to a longer, more like tower like structure, which seems to kind of almost angle upwards. So much like you were kind of talking about before, how there's probably, nobody sleeps in hell, but people need to eat. And there was kind of mentioned like, oh, he never really leaves his court. It seems like they're kind of separated into two. So there is a Stygian, I guess Stygian would be the adjective. Stygian blood moat that it seems to extend around, so you would need to get past that. But again, you would be able, depending on which section you think he's in, he might be in either the one that's closest to like the main entrance, or he might be the one that's further away. So wanted to toss that to you as well.
Which one looks like it's easier to sneak into?
Both would be, I'd say, like both would be equally tough because you do have the spine devils flying above. One of them has two entrances because there's a bridge that connects. So if you're talking about building A and building B, the taller one only has the one main entrance connected by that causeway. Building A has two entrances, one at the front and one at the back that then connects it to building B. And then there's windows as well, but those are off the ground. I know a lot of you can fly. Not all of you.
Someone has permanency to spider climb.
Also,
Don't think too hard about it. Spider.
One of the few good things to come out of the potion.
Mm-hmm. My resistance to poisons. I know what I just said about creepy little poison
Yeah.
resistant people, but Winnie is kind of a creep sometimes, just in a different way. Acacia, when you said that you could like maybe try and track the name, like you did with Ogden, I'm not comfortable with how many parallels I'm drawing with Ogden. Maybe we should just like check in on him when we get back. How far away do you need to be? Because like we were kind of pretty far underground that one time, but I don't remember the like logistics.
About 1,000 feet.
Oh, 1,000 feet. Okay, what is that in metric? Because I'm sort of.
Derek, is
I'm
it
just kidding,
close
I'm just
enough?
kidding.
Are we close enough to the thing to try and get a locate object off?
yeah, depending on what object, I would say you're only a couple hundred feet away, 1,000
Oh
feet,
yeah,
you should be
perfect.
fine.
Just to get it out of the way, I'm gonna cast locate object, and I'm gonna basically have it try and track the object that the Lord Chancellor guy's Infernal Chancellor's name is on.
Okay.
Because that could help.
So within 304.8 meters, just for Winnie's edification. Okay, so locate object.
Yeah, it says describe a name or an object that is familiar to you, blah blah blah. You sense the direction of the object's location. Obviously, it is a divination spell.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the object itself is not familiar to you, but I'd still like that doesn't mean the spell doesn't work. Spell okay within. If you've seen it up close.
Oh, spell
Alternative
can't
spell
locate
can-
an object of any thickness of lead, even a thin sheet blocks the path.
That's okay. I'm not going to say there's any lead here. Do you know the price of lead in hell? Within 30 feet at least once. Alternative spell can locate nearest objects of similar kind. Okay. What I will say is give me an Arcana check with advantage because you are using this spell.
I would like to use one of my advantages again because I have a +0, and that was single digits.
With your advantage?
Acacia's not smart. Okay, that's better. 14.
Okay. So
She's
what I
very
will tell
wise,
you,
but not smart.
you can determine that the object is here's what I'm going to say. You are able to determine through only getting a fragment of the information that the object is not all in one piece. And you can tell that the object is not in motion. And you are getting its direction, the rough area of it is coming from the larger structure, the building B structure. That is, I guess, taller structure. Wider would be building A, the taller structure being building B. So what you see the causeway kind of connecting to.
Yeah. So Acacia has her staff out, and like originally it was just pointing like between the two buildings, and while the crystals are glowing, and then it just kind of veers off to the bigger structure. It's somewhere there. Not sure exactly where, but he might have torn it up or separated it. So we might have to puzzle piece it.
Oh, good. I love puzzles.
Me too.
With that being said, attacking these two things, especially when we are searching for something, I think going into breaking up our party, going separate ways to find with a link, especially if it is in different pieces.
Well, Derek, are both pieces in the same area?
You were able to, yeah, I will say that you picked up on two pieces, both of them being directed at the same building. You did not pick up on anything coming from building A.
I'm surprised that this spell even worked, but Proximus, they're both in that building. So maybe we see what the lay of the land is first, and then maybe split up.
I think it's pretty risky, to be honest.
True.
Yes.
I'll say, Acacia,
I mean, we are in hell.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say, Acacia, you're also pretty confident that two pieces is not all of the pieces.
I think it's also more than two pieces.
Okay. If they're all in the same building, I think starting there. Just starting there.
Yeah.
I think we can speculate to hell and back, as it were. And we're not going to get anywhere with a thought experiment when we don't know.
Yes.
Try and sneak in over there, I guess.
I am on board with this. I do want to point out a thing I warned you about, what feels like 3 weeks ago, but I'm sure was just a couple of hours. I don't sneak very good. So if anyone can help with that, that would be...
I do have pass without a trace.
I was
That
just gonna
sounds
say use the
wonderful.
balls of your feet. I think that helps.
Walk very slow.
Proximus, my locate object spell lasts about 10 minutes, so if you want to handle pass without trace for now, I can always switch to it later.
Oh,
Yes.
Acacia, okay, so you can kind of gauge out like your radius. Radius? Yeah, maybe. Is 1,000 feet
About.
ish. But you can tell it's like closer than that, right?
Yes.
You can kind of gauge. So, do you have like an idea, like on the map? Like she's gonna unroll the map.
Yeah, is there a rough idea on the map, Derek, I can point out? You're muted.
Still
You're
muted.
muted.
Okay. If you're going to place a rough idea on the map, so
Also the y-axis, please.
Thank you so much. The manor proper, as it's labeled on the map. I mean, again, an infernal, but you've gotten translations enough at this point. You can see that the manor portion has a central courtyard. There appears to be a statue there. You can see that there are 3 towers that are noted. 3 main towers. There's several others as well. You can see that there is a storage area, a kitchen, a massive dining room. There is like a place for the guards. What am I thinking?
A barracks?
Barracks, that's the word. Thank you so much. And then you can also see that there is like a study that is broken into 2 parts, labeled library and study, as well as like the whole entryway, everything like that. Building B is much more straightforward. It shows basically an elongated court with what is labeled as dais and throne at the very, I guess, north section. There's no north, south, east, or west in hell, but if we're going to think top to bottom. And then it has like meeting rooms that kind of branch out. It is almost ironically cross shape that kind of is sectioned out. So you have like this long kind of walk up where you presume your infernal chancellor is going to be seated at the far end of that hall, and then you have again these spaces on either side, and then you can see a central there's like a circle placed at the center. You can see there's 4 statues there as well. And if you were going to try like where your stick's pointing and everything, it's right around where the chancellor is. Yeah, that's the vibe you're getting. Is it's probably pretty close to where those statues maybe are.
Let's try and aim for the statues first and go from there. Once I'm closer, it'll. If we're there within 10 minutes, I can always cast it again, but it'll narrow it down. So I suggest we start
Yeah.
sneaking.
Hit us, Proximus.
Proximus is going to take out
Please.
out of his haversack 2 platinum rings. He'll set them down on the ground and then do a hand gesture.
You
And then
already
touch
married
both of
Callista
them?
last time.
He'll touch both of them, and they slightly glow. And then he will cast Pass Without a Trace. Callista, keep this with you on your person. And he'll slide one of the rings on his pinky, on his left pinky, and hand one to you.
Okay.
Just in case. But if you stay close, within 60 feet, we will be linked, and I will cast it. And I will cast this if something goes wrong.
Awesome. Okay, with Pass Without Trace, that gives you a bonus plus 10.
Plus
Mhm.
10. Yes.
Plus 10. So if all of you would like to roll stealth, plus 10, plus whatever else nonsense you all have, or disadvantage. Please
Yeah,
we'll do a group here.
I'm
For everybody
using
who
an
doesn't-
advantage.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't have the Twitch chat open, I'm really glad we have Pass Without Trace because I have inherent disadvantage and a negative modifier on stealth.
Hell yeah.
It's real bad.
Great.
Oh, okay, 11,
Cool.
10. Okay.
A 31.
Okay.
27.
Oh no.
18.
Dirty 20.
Oh, yeah, I should.
Hell yeah.
21 after I rerolled my nat 1. Oh.
Ooh.
All right, so we're going to divide that by 5. You have an average of 23.4, so we're going to call that a 23. So that will be, as far as you all are together, that is your group traveling stealth. Should you split up, we will roll again for the individual, but the group will still maintain that average. And that's presuming, like, you know, Acacia's going over and using rogue skills to try to, like, stuff cotton balls into Callista's armor to try to keep it from clanking, and, you know, just like Proximus is burping too loud or something, and Scarlett's like, shut the fuck up, and stuff like that.
Honestly, would probably just like have Callista like strap herself to my back and not move. And I'll do all the stealthing.
Just strap to the side, just hang in there. Yeah.
Acacia
Oiled up
cavalry.
little Jeffrey.
Yeah.
You do what with little Jeffrey?
I said I oiled up like his joints and stuff. Does
Oh,
does he need to roll? Because he's
no.
okay.
No.
Yeah, we don't usually, but it occurred to me. To be fair,
No, you put him on mute.
Does that mean he has a vibrate setting?
God. I don't want to think about that.
So many questions I never want to answer, and that's going to be added to them.
good night. Don't forget to tip your wait staff.
Can we get all of the questions that Derek doesn't want to answer about little Jeffrey and just have them be answered on the next like Q&A?
I'm never going
Most
to be
of
allowed
them-
back.
Most of them come directly
That's
from
not true.
Eva as she's standing behind me at this desk while I'm just staring into the void after we're done playing. And she's like, wait, what about this moral implication? What about this ethical dilemma?
Okay,
what about this existentialism?
As a fun palate cleanser, remember 2 of his little shark teeth are like beer taps for when he's like daily elixirs.
Like a viper? He just like,
Yeah,
you
we
just
talked
milk
about
him
that,
like a
remember?
rattlesnake. He just like latches on.
Okay,
and-
okay.
I said vibrate. You said milk him. All right, that's
Like a viper, like
Okay,
a rattlesnake. Come on.
Cat hurting.
This
I'm
is getting
hurting.
worse. Okay,
I'm hurting.
okay. As we're
Eva,
starting,
aren't you supposed to be the focus master?
It does hurt.
I was, and I was about to say, as we start to walk, moving and talking, while we are still far enough away for like quiet conversation, Winnie is going to sidle up to Callista,
Who's being very still on occasion.
as she's strapped to Acacia. Hey, quick question about like consent and stuff. Okay, so not saying you're gonna die. I hope that doesn't happen. But would you like any like resuscitating services that we can provide, or do you just want to let yourself slip into whatever void may be waiting for you?
Yeah. Do you have a DNR?
Yeah. On a technical level, would you like Revivify to be attempted on you? At which time you may still make whatever choices you may make. But I would also save a diamond if you did not want it. It's just polite to ask before the situation arises, you know?
No, that is completely fair. Here's a good question. This is a good above the table question. Do we still have
Mind link. Yes.
Yes, we do still have that.
Yeah. I'm
Great.
assuming it's 6. It was 6 hours when I rolled it, so just assume it's still on.
Okay, I was like, I couldn't remember exactly. So cool. I figured that's good to know if we do split up. Anyways, before we get into stuff, no, it is good to have that conversation ahead of time. Honestly, not something I have had to think about for a while. It was not an option.
Oh, well, I'm glad I asked now.
Here's what I'll say. I feel like I still have some things that I will need to do. So it would be nice to have the opportunity. But you all don't owe me anything. So whether it is the component or your own safety or whatnot, prioritize that.
We're not gonna just let you die. I mean, if you know, you wanted to be saved or attempted to be saved, you know what I mean? Like, you're not disposable.
I appreciate it, Winnie. I understand it is not a trivial thing to do. Do not save resources for me that could be used to protect yourselves. If at the end of it, you've got something left in the tank for it, I would love a chance at a round 2. But do not put yourselves in danger for that purpose.
Yeah,
Because if I do come back and find out that you did that, then we'll have a different problem.
Okay, well then you'd have to catch us first, and we're pretty wily.
I believe that. Absolutely.
Although, I think you'd come back and we wouldn't have gotten too far. I don't think... Anyway, okay, that's good to know is the important part.
Worst comes to worst, I strap you to my back, or I do what I did last time.
Don't put me in the shark, man.
That's only for extreme circumstances.
You have
Okay.
2 options. Your body goes in little Jeffrey, or I wild shape your corpse into me.
Yeah, and there's really a time limit
Oh.
on that. Like, you're not stuck
Oh.
like that for a long time.
It has been a while since I've been hanging out with a druid. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
not comfortable. I would
That
prefer
gag
not to do
reflex,
that.
right?
So
Mm-hmm.
just don't die.
Okay.
Can you handle
Mhm.
that?
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
do my absolute best.
I did
I'm
that
now
in
thinking.
second.
Callista's now just like kind of like looking off and not actually paying enough attention. She's now just thinking too much about like, oh, is that like that's an option? That's an option.
It is an option. It is not. It does
I'm-
not feel great.
I'm
either.
Enough,
I'm thinking way too much about it.
Not enough 1,000-yard stairs in the Forgotten Realms, if you have
Yeah.
Also, Mayor, thank you so much for giving me a future title, Horse to Horse, which is a worst to worst pun. Things get horse to horse. I don't know, that's a slant rhyming pest. Okay, you have essentially reached the moat. I'm so sorry, we have to move on.
No, we are, but Michael...
I know.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I just wanted to be sure that you saw Michael's thing in Zoom chat about...
You forgot to add his +10.
I
Yeah.
forgot to add my
gotta-
+10 like an idiot. Like,
Good job.
No, you were just
So it would
distracted.
be- It'd be 118 out of 5. So, 23.6. You went up by 0.2. Good job. But I will count that now as a 24. I will round up. So it's a 24 instead of a 23. Okay. You have reached the moat. There's enough like massive stones, rocks, things like that. Enough skeletons out here as well that you're kind of seeing just kind of like meshed in with this spiky sand that's kind of all around. And so you can see humanoid-esque bones all just kind of scattered about, along with some very old-looking iron or maybe infernal-made weapons, but they're in pretty rough shape. Nevertheless, behind one of those big rocks, you have the bloody, blackened moat before you. How did you want to try to traverse this, knowing that it is technically waters of the river Styx?
Does it count as water?
It does. I don't see why not.
I've been down here long enough. I feel like I would know if, like, I don't know if I had a spell like control water, if it would work on
water,
this.
just like fucked up water.
I can use shape water.
Does anyone have water walk prepared?
I mean, yes, but that I can fly across. But how far is it?
Everybody in the bag.
So,
I feel like shaped water. I can. How large is it? Well, no, that's
point,
a 5.
You would be 15 feet away. At its furthest point, if you were going straight for the causeway, that's about 80 feet.
It's narrow. The narrowest is 15 feet, you said?
The narrowest is 15, and that would get you right up to a wall of the palace, or the manor itself.
But we could then get to, like, we can move along that wall.
Hold on. I'm double checking my long jump.
Water walk
Whitney
is
could
like
move
on
along
one
the wall.
person. Yeah.
What if I made you big? Is there room for big Acacia to land?
Is there room for regular Acacia to land? That's the question.
So this is the wall goes straight into the water. This is like that sheer kind of like glossy black stone wall at its nearest point. So the closest windows are about 30 feet up and are probably too small for Acacia to fit through. But yeah, you could go for those, or again, like there's the towers, you could try to jump all the way up, but there are also bearded devils that are patrolling. You don't really see any of them looking down. The spine devils don't seem to have noticed you. You're passed without trace. The kind of the shade around you all has helped you to blend in with this kind of onyx surrounding all about you. But yeah, that would be the closest point, would be that 15 feet. You'd still have to get up quite some height unless you could otherwise stick to walls, as some of you can do. See, that's the thing. I try to talk to everyone, but all of you have like special circumstances. So yes, you could stick to walls, you could fly, you could be small, you could dimension door. There's a lot of opportunities for,
to be clear, when I
here.
said move along a wall, I meant like, is there room on the bank in front of the wall?
There is no bank. The wall is
it's
sheer.
straight into the
Yeah, there's even looking at it, there's not space between the stones. They are like placed stones, but there's no like place to even like get your fingers in the grout of it. Like it's like glass.
May I make a suggestion? If we wanted to try to get through a window, everyone, if Proximus can get to the window, open it. He can carry Winnie and myself. I'll change. And Scarlett can dimension door Callista, or Proximus can carry them, one by one.
Or we could just use a rope. It's only
or rope
30 feet up and 15 across. We've got rope for that.
Yeah, I could take a rope to the window and then climb up. You guys can climb up. We do have to, if we are going to stay sneaky like we are, we have to stay within 30 feet. So just a reminder for that. So you want me to take the rope with me and carry somebody across? I can do both, yes?
Yeah.
To be able to.
I have rope.
Probably not carry Acacia, but you could probably carry, well, depending. Acacia wild shapes.
Acacia is going to
strength
wild
of
shape.
20. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just
I
thinking.
will-
See,
Want to hang on.
I've
to
seen
the-
some strong people. I've not
Yeah.
seen anybody. I've not even seen an Olympian
Pick a horse
pick up
up.
a horse. Yes.
I will hand Proximus my extra rope.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna wild shape into a ferret. No, a weasel. We've already established weasel, Acacia. So a weasel, and I
Just
will
a different polecat.
scamper onto Proximus and hold on tight.
Yeah, I feel like a shoulder.
Become a little necklace.
Plenty enough space. Yeah, on my
Acacia
shoulder.
kind of like perks up a little bit. You now are a ferret fairy, and as you go to ferret fairy fly, your friend, who could otherwise float. I don't know. Alliteration's fun. So you will be breaking that pass without trace because by traveling the 15 feet across and 30 feet up, that is going to change that. So you'll be able to maintain it on yourself. But I will need a so Proximus, you still have your 28. I will need a stealth roll from Callista and Winnie and Scarlett.
If I dimension Doris as Proximus is going, though,
Mm-hmm.
as in us, as in Callista and I, would
Okay.
we have to, if I time it correctly?
No. Then I just need one from Winnie.
Well,
What
where are
if
you
Winnie
dimension
gets in the
dooring?
bag?
Where are you dimension dooring, Scarlett?
It can be any place that I can either see or visualize, or like exactly like if I can do 200 feet straight forward or straight downward.
Yeah.
I'm-
So
if
the
you wanna
goal
see
was
through
the
windows,
window,
there's a
correct?
space. Yeah, that's where
Yeah,
Proximus is
and if
heading.
the goal is that we're gonna go in through that window, you could we just go in.
I say we're
Yeah.
just on the other side of the window. It's
Yeah.
unopened.
as I open it, yeah. So, I
Sorry,
mean,
Winnie.
we don't really need a rope if I carry Winnie.
Oh
and
yeah.
Acacia's on my shoulder.
Yeah.
There's that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Then I don't need to
Okay.
get in the bag.
So Proximus, just for the sake of it, go ahead and give me a strength check.
And just make
Yes.
sure that
Winnie doesn't wiggle.
Winnie's more comfortable and has more pockets, so I think she just snuggles into one of Winnie's many pockets instead.
I think Winnie
That's
needs like
21.
a baby Bjorn for herself that Proximus carries, and then there's a Jeffrey baby Bjorn. It's just like 3 tiers.
Jeffrey can fly, yeah. So he just
Yes.
flies next
He
to me.
just holds
Yeah.
holds on to the back of like one of your like robe parts or something, like a little kid at the mall.
Okay. Proximus, you lift Winnie full in T-pose. She's not wiggling. Scarlett and Callista dimension dooring, reaching the point within even before Proximus and Acacia and Winnie do. So Scarlett and Callista, you were just going through the window to whatever's on the other side. Okay.
So worrying.
Okay.
We don't know. what
Scarlett
kind of window
and
this is.
Callista, the dimension door opens on the bank of this moat, and as you step through, that little popping sensation of air as you're traveling through space, and then you all immediately fall 30 feet. There was no second floor; it's just windows that are really high up, and so you drop down all of that 30 feet. So
Can
what
I
is
dimension
that?
door again to the bottom of the?
Is dimension door a reaction,
No,
or is it an action?
it's an action.
Okay, then no.
Do you
Oh my
have
God.
Misty Step?
No, I do not.
Okay. So that's 1d6 per 10 feet, I believe
per
is
10
how
feet.
it
That's-
works.
It's
Yeah. So that's only 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you both slam to the ground, landing on top of barrels. Callista, you smash through a barrel, kind of getting covered in what smells like maybe it was wine at some point.
Vinegar.
Scarlett,
is-
you
that old
yeah,
vinegar.
no, it's pretty rough. Scarlett, you fall on top of what appears to be a wagon full of meat, and you find yourselves at the bottom, like it's a stone floor. You're in what appears to be a food storage area, and Proximus, Winnie, and Acacia, you fly through the window and see your companions having fallen before you into the larder.
And just
Okay.
using prestidigitation instantly. Neither one of us are going to smell very good. I'm going to fix it.
I once we are in the window, I'll throw the rope down. Hurry!
Yeah, I guess how far up is it until there is anything that, like, if we came in on what was like a second floor that's not real and we fell 30 feet, like,
There's
is
just
this
the bottom floor, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
like,
on the ground floor.
yeah,
So about
Yeah,
10 feet above that
inside.
window, that's where the crenellations and the walkway.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So you are inside. Got
I
it.
also had a brief. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So you don't need to put rope down.
Never
You just gotta
mind.
lower us.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I lower it to the ground, and well, before when we get through the window, I shut the window behind us and then float down.
Okay, so now within the keep, as far as you can tell, you are inside of, again, a larder or food storage area. Let me pull up a map here to kind of show you where you are. I wasn't sure that you would necessarily go here, so this will take me just a second. But what I will say is, as
Ooh,
you're all
we have a
looking
map.
around, you can see that, again, there's a lot of, like, it's rough in here. It's rough smelling in here. The food in here seems rotten, but also, like, fresh at the same time. And you can see that it's pretty dark in here. The only light kind of coming from above, that red light kind of streaming in. But there does appear to be light coming from beneath a metal door, it's kind of an elongated room. And so you can see at the far end of this room that has a bunch of boxes, barrels, other things like that. There is light and also sound emanating from beneath this door. Tell you right now, it sounds like infernal, and it seems to be a couple of voices that are kind of talking to one another.
Can I cast comprehend languages?
I'm
Yeah,
wearing
I
the helmet.
and I just know infernal.
There you go. Okay.
Never mind.
So
Disregard me.
everybody except Proximus.
I don't know Infernal, and I did not use one of my tongue
everybody except-
spells.
There we go. Okay.
Well, they'd get it though through the link. Like when he's not.
They would.
gonna-
You have to translate, but yes.
Yeah, when he's not going to hang on to it.
Okay. What you're going to pick up on are two distinct voices that are essentially, they sound like they're grumbling at each other more than anything else. You can hear that there is, where'd they go? One of the voices says, "Maggot, I told you before, we're not making soup tonight. I've had this conversation 1,000 times. We're making stew. Stew and soup are two different things. It's like saying a cobbler is a pie. It's like saying a chowder is a chili. They're different, all right? So you need to add more beans and more meat and less fucking broth." And then you just hear another voice that says, "Milkis, I'm not listening to you today. I'm going to make a fucking soup if I want to, and you can make a stew, and we can see which one the master likes more. Because I think, when it comes down to it, he's gonna like my fucking soup." And that just kind of goes on there. Then you hear like a clattering of pots and pans. It sounds like things are being thrown.
Winnie's happy to translate that into the mind link and just end it with, "Mucus is so right, though, you know? They're different."
Acacia doesn't respond and instead hops off Proximus's shoulder to follow the locate object spell while it's still active.
Okay. It is through that door. And again, you're in building A at this point, where building B is a little bit further down. But you are you going to go through the door where the voices are coming from?
Is Proximus near me still? I wouldn't have
Yes.
gone out of range. I wouldn't have gone out of range of Proximus.
Yeah, this is also it's a longer room, but it is a smaller room. This is only what 10, 15, 30 by maybe like almost 30 by 30. It's not a square room, but like at its widest points, it's only 30 feet by 30 feet.
You did not put this on Roll20, right?
I'm doing that
Okay,
as
yeah,
we
okay.
speak.
I just wanted to double check.
So I'll pop you up here in just a second.
The real question is, can I fit beneath the door?
As a ferret, no. Well, I don't know.
As a weasel? As a
Sure,
ferret?
why not? Ferrets are fucking wily.
They got no bones.
They're
They have
liquid.
no bones. Yeah, as a little polecat, I'm gonna say yeah, why not? You can fit through the door.
Hey, Proximus,
Yes.
come near the door so I can get I can still get a bonus. I can still sneak good.
Okay,
Right.
through the mind link. Well, I guess you're talking to me through the mind link, huh?
Yeah.
Never mind. Just let me know if something happens and we need to rush in.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm try and not get caught.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm gonna just peek my head in, Derek, and like avoid and stay out of the way of Mucus and who else?
Mucus and maggot.
Mucus and maggot. I don't want to take a look in there and see what I can see, and I'll just say, hey, to everyone else, the pieces that I can sense are in this direction.
Okay. As you poke your little ferret head out from under the door, you see an elongated kitchen. Everything should be pulled up right now. I am going to put a little token on at least where Proximus is. Or honestly, whoever comes up first for me. Which is none of you for some reason. Wow. Let's see. You're essentially, I'll just ping it until I can find token here. You are in the larder, which is this area right here. Thank you, Meryl. Yeah, you got it. So looking at the kitchen, which is just directly to the north, you can see an elongated table that has a variety of foul-smelling foods on it. There are a couple of stoves which are just blazing with fire and seem to have a couple of pots that are boiling over, thoroughly crusted in food. You notice that there are no sinks here, so the things probably don't get washed. They're just cooked until. So you can see that there are two imps that are bickering with one another and are on opposite sides of this elongated table and are throwing butcher knives, pots and pans, bones, whatever they can get their hands on. And so, like, your head has to duck down just for a second as a massive butcher knife comes flying into the door and clangs off of the metal. But that's what you see. You see two bickering imps kind of flying around one another and throwing shit.
I'll just say it's two imps. We could probably take them, but I'm more worried about them raising an alarm.
Can we take them out silently?
Has anyone here played Assassin's Creed? No.
No, but I have played a lot of Dishonored. And so
Yeah, same vibe.
Is
Can we put them to sleep? Do any of us have that ability?
I do, actually.
Make them go night night?
Yeah, we could.
Night night might be our best option.
I'll wiggle my butt. I'll wiggle backwards and back under through the door, and I will untransform.
Okay.
And I will take out my flute. If someone wants to open the door for me, I will cast a sleep spell.
On the count of 3.
when he opens the door?
Yup.
Okay. What is the saving throw for this sleep spell? And how many hit points can you get between?
I have to double check. I can't remember what we decided for the saving throw because this is from my magic item, my magical flute.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was so I have sleep, silence, and slow as the spells. I can't remember I don't know what we decided for the saving throw.
Let's do your spell save because you have one +2.
+2? Okay, I'll take it. My spell, so that'd be a 19.
A 19. Okay. And
It is. Where is it? Oh, it's not a spell save. Sleep just affects the hit points.
Oh, great. How many hit points?
Where is it? Where's the D? I think it's D8s.
The normal sleep spell is 5d8. I don't know if your item is beefed up. or
Yeah, no,
anything.
it's just a trying to find where it says it is. Okay, 5d8. I have to roll still. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm used to rolling a shit ton more d8 because I use that spell. I used to use that spell a lot. Not great. I did not roll great, folks.
Wow. By the way, new rules does require a wisdom save, but I totally like the old
Oh,
one.
interesting.
I
Okay,
rolled I only rolled 12. I had a 4, 4, a 2, and 2 1s.
okay.
Oh no.
Acacia, the door swings open. You start to play your flute, and while this soft melody comes out, you watch as these two imps kind of turn back to you. Like, one of them just drops a knife, and it clanks, like, so close to its own, like, little scorpion tail. And they both just look it back and go, "That was terrible!" And the other one goes, "Who the fuck are you?"
In
They're
the
not
mind
they're
link, I'm
more
like, oh, did not
confused.
work, folks.
More confused by anything else. You have like a point to say something before they get aggro. This is that, like, you know, oh, a god has caught you. Like, are you going to talk your way out of this? So
Where the entertainment?
Ding
give me a deception
dong.
check.
Singing
What did you-
telegram.
I need to watch that movie again.
Yeah.
I would love to make some kind of check.
I think that's a deception check for sure.
Hey, did y'all know Acacia actually has a plus 11 in deception? She just never lies.
And can Winnie, because can that count as an assist?
No. You know what? Actually, fuck it. Fine. An advantage for that.
He feels bad for us. What's going to be happening later?
yeah.
That's actually not a good
feel-
sign.
He's like,
No.
these chuckle fucks aren't even going to get to the bad
23.
stuff.
I got a 23.
Okay. Let me see what the imps roll. So an imp has a +3 to insight. So there is a chance, is what I'm saying. Let's see. That's only a 13, so that's a 16 total. So the imps kind of look back at you, and one of them just goes, "Oh, but I've heard of them. The lot of linguists, a lot of lyricists, something like that. They're a traveling group of musicians who appear in your larder out of nowhere."
You got it.
The other one
You
turns
got
back
it.
and goes, "You fucking made that up. That's not a thing."
Bill
No,
Jeffrey
I
does
promise.
jazz
I've
hands.
heard it. Look at jazz hands. They're official. You can't make that up. It's clearly trained.
In hell, I guess they'd be spirit fingers.
So they're both like wearing little chef's hats, and like the ones that kind of look like have a little poof on top.
We can't
And
kill them
aprons
now.
that are so stained. And one of them stops flying and just kind of walks over to you. He's like little Jeffrey's height, little Jeffrey's actual height, and just kind of looks up at you, puts his hands on his hips. "Well, if you're the entertainment, then what are you doing in the larder? Shouldn't you be in the court?"
Yeah, there's only one entrance to the larder. We appear in the larder and gotta head to the main hall in court. Duh.
Can't argue with logic like that.
In
Fine.
the mind link, you just hear, how the fuck did this work?
That's a
Kinda-
great question.
Looks past
The
you.
Almighty God has favor on us for now.
He does look past you and goes, "You smashed one of our good vinegar barrels. What are we supposed to drink now?"
Smile and wave.
Well-
Smile and wave.
Well, at least our elf meat didn't get spoiled. All right then. Suppose you know where to go then. Lot of lyricists. Is that what it was? What are you actually called?
Licorice.
Deception check.
Damn it.
I could help you with this. I don't know if I should help you with this.
When he just turns and looks up, just why?
Aw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you say something?
Aha! Natural 20 for 25.
Persana's
All right.
like, I gotta help you with something. This is it, though. This is it.
This is your
Uh,
one good deed.
My one extension into hell for all of eternity
Yeah, this took so much effort.
to help
and yet,
this man lie. All right. Well, you licorice then. Well, you should all get out of the kitchen. That's at least. I think that's bottom line. You're out of the larder now, so
when he opens the door,
yeah, you better go. And no stew. That's only for employees. You're all contractors.
The one who's like kind of giving us a hard time based on voices, was he Maggot or Mucus? Was he the one who was like giving them like the yelling about the differences
Handle
between
the
soup
hip.
and stew, or is he the one that was defending the soup?
Maggot is the angrier one who's been yelling at you. Mucus is the one that was convinced that you are some sort of traveling band.
All right, and Maggot was the one who really wanted the soup, if I remember correctly. And so,
Yes.
since he was like kind of giving us shit as we go past, be like, I think you were right about the soup, and I'm just gonna keep going because I want them to start arguing with each other.
Yeah, his eyes just light up, and he turns back. Fucking told you.
Like if I get them bickering again, we become a distant memory.
Yeah, a soup pot goes flying past. It has stuff in it, splashes against the far wall. And you close the door behind you, and you now find yourselves
As
out
I
of the.
walk
Please.
by.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not that sneaky. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, you do all still have pass without trace technically, but as you like open a door, like there's only so much, right?
Yeah.
But there's still like this kind of like shady haze around you that's giving you this, kind of Black Parade MCR sort of essence to you. But you walk out of the kitchen, find yourselves in a long, narrow hallway, path going off to your left, path going off to your right, and a large set of double doors that have this ornate stained glass kind of almost all the way through them. Like the door has more of an iron sort of border, and then just fully stained glass. And you can see beyond it, there appears to be an outside as light is kind of streaming through. And there appears to be a courtyard, and it's obscured because of the stained glass. But you can see that there is a large shape beyond that. Acacia, remembering the map, you would probably identify as a statue.
This the statue where it says it was leading me towards?
No, this is another statue. There's another 4 set of statues that are in the courtyard, which you know would be to the north.
Yeah, because we're still in the building A area, and we need to get to
Correct.
building B area. So
Alright.
we need
Yes.
to just be heading towards, I guess, the bridge between them, and hoping that's not obvious as shit.
Yeah, looking at the map here, the barracks is this northwest, the dining room, the far east section, the study and library being the southwest and southeast sections here, and then that's the most of what was kind of marked on the map. You have the other towers and everything. There are iron gates that block the courtyard from the causeway, but they don't seem to be locked.
Are they solid iron? Or are they like see-through iron, like bars, not like
Sorry.
like transparent iron?
They are bars. They are iron.
Okay.
See.
Okay.
Yes.
I cannot get Winnie or Jeffrey on the map. I'm sorry, I did try.
You're fine. I'm gonna see if I can do that.
Yeah, I'm just following my spell.
Does this imply that there's no one in the courtyard?
You do not see anybody walking around the courtyard. I just put Winnie on the map.
Thank
there.
you, I see her.
Let me know if you can control her. You can see that there are spine devils kind of swirling above, and you do see that like Maggot kind of comes out behind you and waves, and he goes, "Their entertainment, special dispensation." And the spine devils just make a very rude gesture with their hands and kind of go like soaring off elsewhere. And all the barb devils kind of look over and look down, or not barb, the bearded devils look down, kind of look over, and they go, "Shut the fuck up, Maggot."
Poor Maggot.
I'll just be like, you didn't deserve that as we keep going. I want to embolden Maggot.
No, it's fine. They paid attention to me. That's the nicest they've ever been, honestly.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You should think about unionizing. As she goes around a corner of some sort, out of sight of any devil at the moment, Winnie would like to use her badge, emblem, something, charm, her mask charm, and just disguise self to look a little more appropriate. She's still gonna be sea elfish, I guess. No. She is going to be a red tiefling. Something a little more infernal and less immediately edible. I did catch the elf meat comment. So, but in entertainment style clothing, and unless it will immediately combust, I guess she'll also take out an instrument.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to say it immediately combust. It's not that hot here. It's not the
Yeah.
elemental plane of fire or anything like that.
Yeah. Just to like add to the illusion.
We'll also note, just because you're passing by it, the statue at the center has definitely it is severely damaged. It appears to show a warrior of some sort, maybe. You kind of pick up on the fact that it was supposed to be carrying something at some point. The head is missing. The statue's been broken apart pretty significantly, but it's writing on a nightmare. The nightmare seems pretty untouched. You know, this flaming horse. You know, the stone actually carved to make it look like the flame is almost alive. If there ever was a plaque or name or any sort of appellation to this, it's been long scratched off, but you know, stands on a slightly raised base dais, and it seems like whoever this depicted is not necessarily in good favor. You're not sure whether that might have been, you know, your contractor or perhaps someone else.
Okay, just keep moving north because we're on a time limit.
Yeah, I guess in theory, if we're acting like we're supposed to be here and we've just had attention drawn to us for that, we are more suspicious sneaking.
Yeah.
So I think we just walk like we're supposed to be here.
Confidence.
And if someone will say, we already checked in, you know, Maggot showed us the way, we're the entertainment, you can check with him, and hope that's enough for the time being.
Okay, so do we want to draw more, like, not draw more attention to ourselves, but like, we could work on our harmonizing. Or little Jeffrey could lay down some sick beats.
I don't think we should go that.
I think that will prove that we're not performers very quickly.
Let's just continue to be quiet.
You really
Maybe
don't
not
know
like.
us, do you?
I
Maybe
guess
not
there
like-
is that. You know what? I did make an assumption. My apologies. I would rather not gamble.
That's
Maybe we
valid.
don't like crouch.
Do you
and
want me to
sneak?
drop
No.
my spell?
No.
Oh,
I was like, do not. No, leave that up. But maybe we're just going to continue. If we get noticed, we shouldn't be, you know, actively
It's
crouching
part of
between
our
shadows.
air of
Don't
mystery.
skulk. Don't
Yes.
skulk. Just walk.
Don't
Yes.
look sneaky, but
Winnie
be sneaky.
straightens up, fixes her posture.
Yes.
That's
Discreet, not necessarily
Excellent.
sneaky.
Does what?
Yeah.
Discreet?
Discreet.
Yes.
Yes.
that sounds better.
Let's go.
Sorry, it's your Black Fen accent. Sometimes it just gets kind of. Anyway,
I didn't get this from a fan.
I don't actually know where you got it from.
Do I?
We commenced, Derek.
Okay. Great. So, Jen, I apologize. I meant to do this literally 2 weeks ago, and it made it not onto my to-do list, but you should have a character icon now that should be
Ooh.
accessible to you.
Oh, nice.
I will listed. Yeah, there you are. I'll go ahead and drag her onto the board there. So
Aw.
there she is. Okay, so you all are traveling through those iron wrought barred gates and across the causeway.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I think we're just
Yeah.
going for it.
Great. Okay, walking with all of the confidence in the world, I would love a performance. Or actually, I can call this a couple of things. This is either going to be deception or performance, unless you would like to be honest about something, and then we can use persuasion, or unless you are trying to be intimidating. So, if you would like to, performance or deception are going to be the base. If you're going to want any of the either of the other two, I would love to hear a case for it. But we'll do a group roll here.
When you got an 18 performance.
17 deception.
And whoever gets the lowest, when you would like to give a +5 to with Flash of Genius, in terms of like, hey, like a performer would probably do this right now, like.
So I burned one of my advantages because I got a 5. And that turned into a natural 20. So
Nice.
that will put me at a total of 24.
Okay, 18, 17, 24. Who am I missing?
15 performance.
Okay.
And
then
that's the
24
lowest.
deception.
What'd you get, Winnie?
You got a
18.
17 or 18? That's right. Okay. So, do you want to give the +5 to Proximus then for his
Yes.
15? Okay.
Yeah.
So I will change that to a 20.
Wow. Thank you.
Okay, so 103 between you. So divided by 5, you're gonna have a 20.6. So I'll count that as 21. Deception, performance, whatever you. Regardless, you are pretending to be something that you are not. And whether you are, going full acting mode or just being a fucking liar, is there really a difference? Take that, Oscar winners.
Technically,
Okay.
every single person at this
'Cause they're
table is a
watching.
liar right now. We are being someone we are not.
Who am I trying to? Daniel Day-Lewis. That's who I was trying to throw this shade at. Fucking.
As you should.
I hope this doesn't get back to him.
You might see this. Okay.
Just lost our sponsor, Daniel Day-Lewis.
He always drinks our milkshakes. That's a There Will Be Blood reference, which is like way too old at this point. Okay, you continue forward on the causeway. You note that there are several bearded devils who all just kind of like look back at you, and with the confidence that you are carrying, or the deceptive nature that you are carrying with you, they kind of just look up to the crenellations, and you see a bearded devil's going, "They're fine, apparently." And the bearded devils kind of sneer at you. One of them looks at Proximus and does like a kind of jolts forward little thing, and then just starts laughing. Otherwise, they just look back towards the Stygian moat about, and they'll just kind of turn their backs to you. The causeway goes on for about 50 feet before you see this. The first sign of like true decadence. The manor itself had like the glass like stone and the finery and everything, but you haven't really seen anything that's truly made to be ostentatious, beautiful, and intimidating until this point. The kitchen wasn't that, the larder wasn't that, the courtyard wasn't that. The courtyard seemed weathered, if anything. But these gates, like an even more improved version of the stained glass doors that went into the courtyard, are made to be gorgeous. And you can see all of the archdevils of hell, everything, even Tiamat is on there, all depicted in this massive conflict between all of them, showing like their main attributes and the things that make them incredible. And it seems to be this depiction of the blood war as they stand above, and you see the abyss and the demogorgon and the fucking mushroom lady whose name I can't remember, and Weeblex, and everything else.
Zugmundgoy, I can't say it.
Zugdemoy, thank you. You see all of them kind of like reaching up, and it kind of strikes I don't think it strikes any of you as much as it strikes more somebody who was maybe raised Catholic, that it is a depiction of evil being depicted as the higher, better concept, that lawful evil is better than chaotic evil. And it kind of shows them striking down this lesser thing with all of this red stained glass, kind of representing the blood that is spilt. You know, all of these Marangons, all of these other demonic and devilish beings, all just caught in this struggle, all across these gates. And as you approach, the gates slowly open, and we'll move you over to our next map here.
While we're
As-
walking across the causeway, sorry,
No, please,
so
please.
quickly. I've spent, I guess maybe a cumulative day with these people. I probably have a decent idea of how, I don't know, hardy and or frail they look like they might be on a relative scale. I know Scarlett took some damage from us hitting the ground. Does that look like it kind of like did a chunk I should be worried about, expecting we will get into a fight, or does it feel like she took the hit and it's fine? Like how would I have been like, I know how that felt on my body. Do I feel like that would be a problem for you?
Think so.
Okay. Then I will save my spell slots. Continue.
And I usually stay back. I am a ranged. I am a ranged fighter.
Unless Marcus is around.
And yeah, and I think he's a tank when we're both the same. Neither one of us.
Okay. As you step into, again, this first symbol of decadent glory and beauty, the first thing that your feet touch is maybe the most comfortable thing you have set foot on since stepping into the hells. It is carpet, in a plush sense, all down this hallway, which a court essentially. This is a royal court. What is the distance on this? Almost 90, 80 feet across. At the far ends are all of these pinkish lights set into torch sconces that illuminate this space. The only natural, quote-unquote, light comes again from this massive set of stained glass windows at the very far end, which seem to silhouette a throne. This throne, even from your far vantage point, it looks like it is moving with the light that is cast on it. It looks as if these two winged beings are kind of extending out from the sides, and as you get closer and closer, you realize that they are stone, however, flanked also by mirrored creatures. Yeses, I'm not sure, I think it's Yeses, stand at either side of this throne, as there seems to be, again, a silhouetted figure sitting on it. Immediately you note that there are bearded devils, again standing at attention with their pole arms at their side. I am going to pull up, let's see.
Derek, two questions.
Yeah.
Is my locate object still active?
Yeah, you have not spent 10 minutes, and you're getting the vibe that you are in the general right space.
Okay, and I can't remember what the second one was. Sorry.
The second thing you need to say?
Yeah, the second question I
Yeah.
can't remember.
That's okay. If you think of it, let me know. Okay, so I put Callista on the map. Callista, the closest you'll be able to get without encountering anybody is going to be these three Marangons. Those are the yellow faces.
Okay.
Marangons are, and that goes for everybody, but I just had your icon up first. Marangons are smaller, almost like, well, about 5 feet. They're about 5 feet tall. They're hunched, and every one of them seems almost identical. They wear armor. Their skin is this blackish, bluish gray, and none of them you can see their faces. All of them are carrying these halberds, but their faces are covered by these almost like cherubic, angelic-like masks that are bolted into the skin. You can see long ago crusted black blood where the bolts were kind of, the rivets were driven through. Their armor seems to be made of like metal monstrous faces all about them, and they wear these red cloaks. And so you see three of them in front of you, and then again this the central space here, where you can see these 4 large statues, each of which depicting a what are they called? Narzagon. One of the entities that Proximus ran into, one of the hellish knights atop a nightmare, each of them with these lances that are extending downwards. The Marin guns stand in front of you and kind of just put up a hand for you to stop at the bottom of the stairs. I will pause here just in case anybody wanted to say or do anything before going forward.
I will touch Callista on the shoulder and silently cast our warding bond.
Great.
So that's a +1 to your AC and +1 to saving throws and a resistance to all damage.
Gonna take half of it, you bastard. After you do that, I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder and be like, you didn't need to do that.
It's looking a little hairy here. We'll see.
That I agree with. And I'm gonna cast Death Ward on Proximus.
Good call.
Drag
The
him.
buffs!
Uno reverse.
The buffs! The Uno reverse.
Triggered my trap card.
I'm gonna take out my spell scrolls of tongues, and I'm gonna hand one of them to Proximus, and I'm gonna cast the other one on myself.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I asked Rollin to make some for me. So we have the tongue spell for 1 hour, and then Derek, I see these things. I'm pinging them. Are those the statues you were talking about earlier?
The statues are the Narzagon statues, these massive statues at the 4 points here.
The ones that I just pinged.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
You
You just pinged different ones.
Yeah.
The purple things are bearded devils.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the purple things are bearded devils. The yellow things are Marangons.
I see.
The red things to the right and left, those are chain devils. The red things at the north are Aranyes, I'm gonna say. And then the statues that don't necessarily have like an icon, they're part of the map, are those 4 horsemen statues.
As we're kind of walking down this hall, in the mind, like I'm as we're walking, where can I notice the locate object pointing towards, for what I know?
It's pointing straight ahead.
Okay.
Where straight ahead for the 2 different spots? The two
For the
different
two
ones.
different spots, so because again you didn't know exactly what you were looking for, you're getting more of like rough area than exact spot. Straight ahead, I'm gonna say as you're getting closer and closer, and like your dowsing rod essentially is what's directing you. It is directing you like up the stairs, but then almost down. It's not directing you at any one of the individual statues itself. And it's kind of, you're getting like, it's kind of splitting a little bit, where it's, again, you've got the idea that it's in fragments. You're getting kind of maybe it's somewhere in that area around those statues.
I will relay that information to everyone else and be like, we have no choice but to interact here if we want to get the name. Any ideas as we're continuing walking down and before we actually have to talk to anyone? Are we still going with the entertainer route or what?
I super don't think that's gonna hold water for very long.
Yeah.
Well, we can ride it as long as it works, and then go from. You have a plan for after?
I'd rather not be caught in a lie here.
Some of us
That
actually
seems
are
like-
performers. I can do the talking on that part, and that's a true statement.
I technically know how to play the flute.
For my clarification, we don't know for sure that, like, there is something sitting on the throne. We can
Yes.
context clues our way and probably make an assumption even if we can't super see it.
I will say, as you get closer, as you get
Okay.
to the feet of those stairs, he is still at it. He is raised up enough that when he stands, you see that like what you thought was part of the throne are actually this like massive set of horns on his head, several different layers of horns. And as he stands, he kind of like almost like tries to slick them back a little bit and ends up slicking back some of his hair as he does. He steps down slightly, just off those 2 steps down from the throne, and as the pinkish red light is cast on him, you see an individual whose skin is as red as the light from the sky above. He is wearing fine clothing, a cloak behind him, a Van Dyke sort of beard that seems to gleam. His eyes are glowing like coals, and as he opens his mouth, you can see like even within his mouth there is a glowing coal like sort of emanation from it. And he smiles with these very sharpened canine teeth, and he extends his hands out. No need to be frightened, friends. Please step forward. I know you have something that you wanted to offer me, and I am more than willing to hear an offer on this fine day in hell. So don't be scared of the Marigons. They ain't gonna hurt you none. Just come on forward.
Derek,
Let's have a conversation with Longinus.
Can I also, just as we're walking up after like getting closer and like, oh, there's no reason for me to have the locate object spell, can I cast protection from evil and good as well on me? It's time to switch spells.
Yeah,
I think that's a great time to take a break as well. So when we come back, we'll be back in about 5 to 10. Please enjoy our ad reel. Please support any of our number of amazing affiliates, including Long Dog Dice that Jen runs. Please consider tipping to our pally for our cast and crew who do so much work. When we come back, more Horizons Call. Stick around. Vast and welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Horizons Call. Our party and special guest Jen, playing Callista, Jen from Long Dog Dice, check them out, have made their way to the court of Infernal Chancellor Longinus, an not archdevil, but a significantly titled fiend all the same, who they have gotten this far having pretended to be a band. And as you all approach, there are in this extended court with these massive statues of Narzagons staring down at you, the nightmares themselves, all of their eyes kind of glowing down. You can see that there are 3 Marigons that stand to block you, but as Longinus welcomes you, they stand to the side. I saw that, Proximus. They stand to the side and make way for you all to enter. So you see the 2 kind of before you get to Longinus stand their ground. There are chain devils to your east and west. So it's kind of this central area here that you kind of get the idea, all in front of the lances, weirdly enough.
As soon as he has acknowledged us, I was like, okay, this is like, we're not leaving this room one way or another. Like things are gonna pop off in here. That's it. So as we go to move up, I'm gonna make sure everyone is relatively close to me, and I'm going to burn one of my big boys, and I'm going to use a 5th level spell and cast Circle of Power.
Okay.
So for the next 10 minutes, when you are within 30 feet of me, you have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. When you make a saving throw against a spell or magical effect that would give you half damage for a success, you take no damage.
Fantastic.
This is great.
Yeah, it's a big one. So it's like,
That's
wow,
a great
verbal is the
spell.
only component to it as well. So that's pretty nice. Okay. 30-foot radiation. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so an aura extends out. What's the color of your aura?
What's the color of my energy? Amber.
Amber's the color of my energy.
I think had I cast this before, it probably would have been a pale blue, almost purple, kind of like my blue mixing with the red infernal energy here, I think, after Proximus and I got married. No, I think after he helped me reestablish that more direct connection with the Changebringer that I have been missing, I think it is just like this brilliant, like cerulean blue that kind of washes out over everyone.
Okay.
A deep Cerulean blue.
Okay. The light is cast against where you can see like the finer features of Longinus's face, but nevertheless his eyes are again like brachers, they're glowing, and so you see them kind of narrow as this visible energy extends out from you. Well, that's a new one. I'm not used to people coming into my court under certain airs and then putting on the displays like that. It's might be aggressive, if I were to put a word to it, but...
Wait,
It's
did
not-
Winnie want to do something? Did
yes.
Winnie
Yeah.
want?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I just figured he was reacting to Callista.
He was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
We'll circle back to that in a second.
Yeah.
For sure.
Winnie is just going to probably further back than when we get straight up. Is just gonna pop a little potion out of her bandolier. It is purple with a little like silvery swirl in it. I promise it is not. No, don't look at me like that. It is not
know what it
the
is.
tonic. It is a potion of detect thoughts.
Oh.
Which I'm gonna take it. I am going to sit on it for the moment in terms of like details.
Okay.
But sense thoughts I think is going to be the top effect, like the effect that I'm going for.
Okay.
In response to him, I'd be like,
Mhm.
no aggression is intended. We don't make the trip down here very often, and it helps everyone else feel, all of my group feel more comfortable just having a little bit of extra oomph.
Go ahead and give me a deception check, please.
Do I want to burn an advantage? Do I want to burn an advantage before we go into a fight? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to burn an advantage just in case I can
have-
roll better.
We have group advantages.
No, I'll keep, maybe I'll dip into a group one if I burn through these too quickly, but I'm glad I did that. So I am at a 21 with that deception.
21. Let's see. What is your... Okay.
That'd be fine.
It's 19 on the die with a +4 to his wisdom. Actually, a +9 for insight. So if I was going to consider that insight, that would be a 28. He narrows his eyes, but smiles all the same. He does not smize. He is not smiling with his eyes whatsoever. He goes, that's very interesting. You know, I've had quite a few people come to me since I acquired this residence, and many of them always want something from me, and several of them like to lie through their teeth. A lot of snake-tongued individuals around here. Not literally. I prefer silver tongue myself. All the same, I think I would like to welcome, well, not all of you. Let's see. He points to Callista, you, and you, the other glowing one there. I like the look of you. And I'm getting a certain scent off of you there with the pink hair. I would love for you all to stay here if you would be so kind. And as you hear, would you be so kind, I will need a DC 20 charisma saving throw from all three of you, please.
Okay.
Is this a charm or frighten or possession?
It is a
effect?
charm, yes.
I cannot be charmed.
Okay, it was targeted at Scarlett, Proximus, and...
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Okay.
Okay. Since we're all
Might
still
be.
near each other, you have advantage on it because of my circle of power. So
And you get +5 because of my aura of protection.
okay.
There you go.
16. And you said charisma?
It is as a DC 20 charisma.
While they're looking around, while they're making their rolls, I want to,
Mhm.
and like his attention is on those three. Can I try and get a look at the areas where I sensed where my locate object was?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check, please.
That's a 34.
Yeah, very nice.
I have a 32.
Okay.
33.
Oh, yes!
Okay.
The two
Fuck this
highest
guy.
the two highest charisma casters.
Derek, let me
And that advantage was necessary.
Go ahead.
let me know if this isn't high enough, but I got a 17.
I think a 17 is enough to kind of see what you're looking for. So you look at the statues. What I'll give you is the statues all... They're not what you're looking for, but while you're looking around, you do note that there is a very menacing quality to them. They make you uncomfortable to look at. They make you uncomfortable to be in front of. What you start to notice in the stone of the floor around you is that there appear to be, again, like so much of this place, there's not grout lines. There's not lines where stones connect, but this is the first place where you're seeing those, and they almost, as you're kind of like looking down at them, you can see just enough that they seem to flow centrally. That the circular floor that you're standing on dips down just a little bit of concave nature, to the point that there are 4 or 5 places that you note in this standing area that there seem to be very narrow lines carved into the stone that kind of flow into a circle and all like flow and carve into one another.
I don't know what you mean by that. I'm trying to visualize it.
The floor otherwise being completely flush, it looks like there's drainage.
Okay.
I thought that might be where you were going, but I was hoping it wasn't.
And when I sensed it earlier, it was a little like low.
Yes.
So
Like, looking at the floor, you're getting the idea that there is something with the floor.
I will make note of this to everyone else.
Mhm.
And I'm going to also just, while they're still talking, I'm going to try and like casually maybe like shimmy those directions.
Okay.
Maybe make it look like anxious walking.
Okay. So what I will note is that as you're looking at the lines, there are 5 places that are all kind of set into a square with a point at the center. So those would be the 4 there, with this place here at the center.
Yeah.
And they're not straight lines. Like, you can kind of see the curvature of the floor where these designs are. They all kind of like flow around each other a little bit. Longinus, in response to you all succeeding on his attempt to charm you, steps back and sits down on his throne once again. He kind of, does like the Picard lean. You're not being good guess. I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't mean to be rude. Lord knows I don't. Well, Archlord. But I don't like people coming to my home pretending to be something they're not. I don't like liars. Everything that comes out of my mouth is the truth. As I believe it to be, at least.
Gosh, I'm sorry. When they said you wanted entertainment, that's, it's not a very nice thing to call entertainers, but I guess by definition you could call them liars. When's the last time you heard a good ditty? I'm gonna hit that D very hard.
Liars, mummers, performers, actors, whatever you want to call them. I'm not particularly fond of that form of entertainment, to be honest. My form of particular entertainment, my proclivities, bit of a vice, but we all have them down here, is gambling. And it seems to me like you all are in a gambling mood. Because it honestly seems to me like y'all are currently gambling with your lives.
Am I able to shimmy over one of those drainages to get a look down?
Mm-hmm.
What do I see?
You look down, so you can see that there is... Go ahead and give me an Arcana check, because I think that's what we're kind of deriving towards.
Can I crowdsource from everybody as I'm looking at this?
If Acacia's crowdsourcing, I would like to give her a +5 with Flash of Genius.
Yes.
Because otherwise I don't know how that would have worked.
Yeah, I am crowdsourcing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna crowdsource that, and I will roll my Arcana check with a +0. So I got a 9 + 5 for a 14. And I always forget I have this. So I do have my psionic powers. So psi bolstered knack. If you fail an ability check using a skill or I don't have proficiency on this. Never mind. So just a 14.
By crowdsourcing, that doesn't like. That's
Nope.
not a help action that can be given, is there? An assist.
I think you used your action with the, right, by giving the.
That's a reaction.
It's a
I think.
reaction. It's not an action.
Okay, if you want to give a help action, you were talking, so I'll give that to you, but you're going to see him actively distracted in the conversation that you were just talking to this guy.
It is Winnie though. Like, let's
Yeah.
be honest.
All right, I'll
Okay.
try again with advantage. Oh, dirty 20.
With that, as your hooves are kind of walking and they're making that like hoof on stone kind of noise, as you step over one of those 4 spots, it hits what sounds like metal. And we can say, like, you know, just idly, the hoof kind of scrapes at it. You see it scrapes away a bit of like enamel, a bit of paint. And as you look down, it appears to be what you've seen soul coins before. This appears to be a large blank soul coin. It has rivulets set into it, so it doesn't seem to have a soul in it. It seems to be a blank soul coin, and you're kind of picking up on with your dirty 20 that this thing is meant to absorb the blood of something or someone and absorb that soul, which will then activate it. This is not just a straight soul coin. This is a. It's not a trap. I'm not really sure what word to put to it.
Converter?
It's an activator.
So, do I think that if this was given a little bit of blood, it might show his name?
You think that if you gave this thing a life, it would show a name, or maybe because there's 5 of them, a letter.
I send that information.
Okay.
And I send that information to everybody, and then I kind of glance at some of the other creatures around here. I don't plan on giving my life, but there are plenty of fiends here.
Absolutely. Winnie, as you look actively distracted, he claps his hands. I was talking to you, ma'am. I don't appreciate you also coming in here in the skin of somebody that would belong in this space when you seem to be more likely to fit in our larder. I'm trying to be nice about this. I'm trying to be a good host. I'm saying to myself to try and uphold a decency that is so rarely felt in these infernal realms. And you're making it quite difficult. So I'm going to give you one last chance. In fact, I'm going to give you an opportunity. You all came here. So if you want to continue having any sort of discussion at this point, well then, you're going to do it in my service. And you can look around. Being in my service is a mighty fine thing to be in. I'm always looking for new recruits, as it were, and I'm not even going to put horns on you. But if you want to continue to stand before me with such impudence, insolence, ignorance, and honestly, just plain arrogance, then you're going to do it having signed a contract.
I have a very good appreciation for the arts. In the mental link, when he's going to say, okay, so I think we're fighting. What is the plan?
I have one more thing I can try to convince him of, but if it doesn't work, we're definitely in a fight. So if anyone else has any ideas, great. Otherwise, I don't think it gets worse.
All you.
I believe in you.
I'm yes. Okie dokie.
I
We're in it now.
Yeah, I was like, either we fight now or we fight in a minute.
Later.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do your
right?
thing.
I will step forward just like a little bit. And say, all right, fair enough. You enjoy your position here, correct? And
Very much so.
you understand that it is coveted by many.
I'm aware.
I've been a resident of the city of Dis for quite some time, and I have been working under someone that you may be aware of. Yeah. Callista can say it. Jen's speech impediment's coming back. Sizith in the fetters?
Yes. Oh, that reminds me. What did you say your name was?
It's
Mine,
not
like,
important.
do not share names.
Oh, absolutely.
No names.
Yeah.
I seem to recall a missive I received just this morning from Sizith.
Interesting.
A good gambling buddy, if I were to put anything to him.
Interesting.
Sort of descriptive, but seemed to put out a hit, sort of APB, if you want to call it, on particularly Tiefling. It's been a thorn in his side for some time. Sort of clerical individual, blue skin, blue hair, horns, carrying a hammer.
Yes, well, I'm sure he would want to try to get ahead of the fact that I'm aware that he would very much like your spot here.
That ain't
Now-
nothing new, but until
Oh.
he gets better at cards, it ain't gonna happen.
That's my point. He's not waiting for anyone to be better at cards, and he's looking to be take a more active role in that. Now, I personally prefer things to stay as they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'd much rather work within a system that I'm familiar with than one that is in chaos.
Certainly, devil you know versus the devil you don't.
Quite literally, yes. So, yes, we maybe took some liberties in getting here, but I come friendly with that warning to be more careful of him and his more active pursuit of dethroning you from your spot here.
Well, I appreciate that, but Callista, as I'm going to presume your name is, I am in fact the devil that you don't. And I appreciate that information, but that does not give you any stance on standing one more second in my presence. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and kill all y'all. I'm going to take your souls, and I'm going to use them as currency the next time that I gamble with good old Sizeth there, if he dares to show his face again. And if you all want to turn against your companions, I got a contract ready to sign. Bear that in mind. But until then, he leans back in his chair and he goes, "Get on with it." Let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
Entertainment indeed.
It was worth a shot.
It was.
Son of a biscuit eater.
As he was basically saying, "Hey, I'm gonna kill all of you. Can I have taken my shield out?"
Yeah, for sure. You all can be absolutely prepared for.
In that case,
I got a very good cleric initiative roll.
Should we swap then? In the interest of preparing, can I just swap my detect thoughts to the detect specific thoughts?
Sure.
Thank you.
Finally.
This starts a little bit harder.
I hate all of you.
Listen,
Except Michael, not as
listen.
much.
Rude.
I got a 9. I got a 9 with advantage, okay? don't remember the last time I had a good initiative roll, and I have a +10.
I know you got the shield, right?
Yeah,
So it gives you advantage.
yeah, but I don't always have it out when we start initiative.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I forgot to apply my modifier.
So a 3.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
I rolled a 4, so my initiative is 3.
I don't remember the
Nice.
last time I got a nat 20 on D&D Beyond. So it's very fitting that it's for something.
That's
I
what you get for
literally
using digital
Yeah.
dice.
want.
I got a nat 22.
Oh yeah, how dare you, Eva?
Yeah.
I know. I just.
Look at the company we're in.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I hear you. When someone needs healing, I will prioritize accordingly. No.
No, I just. My dice had been rolling like the same number over and over again. And I was
Wow,
like, I
Winnie.
just wanted to spice it up.
Anyways, as he's doing math, I'm going to show the stream. This is the cup I have chosen
Oh,
for
good.
our combat. It says this is fine. I think the camera's technically reversed right now, but
The fuck? Derek, what the fuck is that initiative?
That's a lot of things. I feel like I'm
Well,
going to need a different
Wait.
notepad.
What did I do?
It's in Zoom.
Yeah, this is
Zoom
Zoom
chat.
chat. So we have Winnie, the Aranyays, Chain Devils, Proximus, Acacia, Maragons, Longinus, Bearded Devils, Scarlett, Cluster.
I hate this.
It's going to be fine.
Also, I'm
Really
just
glad I
gonna
did this.
drop the mask charm. I don't see the point.
Well, Winnie, it is your turn. Nobody has gotten the chance to move forward yet. If you all could place yourselves appropriately
yeah.
on the map, please.
Is that
we in the
like
middle?
near Proximus?
Yes.
we-
Proximus.
we're-
So it's going to be in this area here because Acacia was kind of walking around this this stuff
Oh,
here.
I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Can
don't
you
think
make me
I.
big?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, it can be. Wait, you
token.
got control your character?
I
Yeah,
don't think
it's a-
so.
I put it in your journal, but sometimes Roll20 is a pain. So you can you ping on the map? I can move you to wherever you need to go on your turn.
I probably would have been standing right in front of everybody, so I'm probably right
Okay.
there.
I'll put you right there.
Mary, you were asking Derek to make you big, right? You were not
Yeah,
asking
I'm-
Winnie to gigantify you.
Well, now that you say something,
Winnie,
You
it
want-
is your turn.
You want to be big?
I always want to be big.
I'ma make Acacia big.
Okay.
So,
Always.
So I have
Make my acacia grow.
because I have shifted my spells around. It is a little different than last time than usual. Winnie is going to throw a little one of those like really classic alchemical vials, like the round ones. It's basically pixie dust. And it's like a little smoke bomb, really, but pixie dust. And it's just gonna like explode at your feet, Acacia, and you still get big the same way. It's just like fancier. and
Flavor.
prettier.
So
it's
now
one
I
size
am
category, right?
huge.
Yeah. Sorry, Derek.
Okay.
Could you just
Oh my
Bump her up.
god!
just
That's-
keep going?
This is not the first time.
Keep going to what?
This is incredible.
This is enlarged, Winnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's huge now, right? She's not gargantuan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Huge is
Then
pretty
Not
yes,
yet.
She is huge.
Although, do you still have a? No.
No, I gave I gave everybody back the potions. I have no potions on me.
Fine. And I am going to give Proximus Bardic Inspiration as my bonus action.
Okay.
And measuring. Little Jeffrey is. Come on, stop it. Oh god. Little Jeffrey is going to attack this, the one closest to Acacia, with the Force Strike.
Okay.
Which is going to be not a whole lot. It is going to be an 8 though.
An 8 to hit.
No. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. That's going to be a 13 to hit.
A 13 does not hit.
In his head, it went super well, and he did 8 points of damage.
Yeah, with his angle. Okay, yeah. Okay. With that, it is now the turn of the Aranyays. As Lazavos, or sorry, that's his actual like stat block name. As Longinus waves them both forward, they extend these like infernal, like feathered wings, and come swooping down at all of you. So let's see. action. Okay. Okay. Turns to dust. There we go. One of them is going to use its entangling rope. This is a magic rope, and I don't think this is actually even. I don't think this is actually even a save. It's just, or it's a strength saving throw. So one of them is going to use its entangling rope at Proximus, and the other one is going to use this entangling rope on Callista. So if I could get a strength save from the two of you, please.
Is this is a magic effect or like literal fucking rope?
It is a magic rope, but it is, I mean, you are being bound by it in a physical sense.
Okay.
Sorry. 24. And you get +5, Calista.
Yeah, that's not gonna be helpful. I'm at a sweet 10.
Ooh. With the
Okay.
+5?
Yep.
Oh. Ooh.
Okay, so Callista, you are currently restrained, and you are also going to take some force damage from that.
Ooh, force damage.
So you take.
You're
11
resistant
points
to
of-
all damage, by the way.
Okay. Yep.
Resistant to all damage. Okay,
Mhm.
so only 5 points of force damage then.
Okay.
You are restrained, and you both are going to take some withering sword attacks now. This is a +8 to hit. So let's see, Proximus, that's going to be 2 hits for you because your AC is 19. Callista, your AC is also 19. So
mine is 20 right now
20.
because of the warding bond.
Yeah.
Okay. Then no hits. However, does restrained give advantage on that?
Let me see.
Restrained's
Restrained,
one
blah
of
blah
those
blah.
things.
Creature speed becomes 0. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage,
Okay.
and my attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay.
So.
So 2 attacks on
Oh,
Proximus,
but I can
and then that
still
would
attack and
be
cast. Okay, great.
only 1 attack on
Okay.
Callista with advantage then. So between the two of you, Proximus, you are going to take. I'm just going to do average damage here. So Proximus, you're going to take 26 points of slashing damage and 22 points of necrotic damage. Callista, you're only going to take 13 slashing and 11 necrotic. And I'm sorry, that was not halved. So to have Proximus's 13 and 11 for Callista, that is what, 6?
6 and 5.
6 and 5, yeah.
Okay. Fucking yikes.
So that
Yeah.
is it for the Aaron Ye's turns. It is the Chain
Sheesh.
Devils now. They are also going to swoop forward here.
I'm going to choose to take her damage. What was your damage again?
No, you're not. Don't do it. Not right now.
It's not yet. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Wait for some other stuff.
It'll be fine. Because here's the fun thing right now.
Yeah. This is round
Here-
1.
There's that, and here's the other fun thing: is I'm at the funny number. So not to like be too meta, but it is making me giggle. So I don't want to
She's
ruin
got
that.
morale health.
Yes,
I love it.
it'll be fine.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, more stuff will happen later. It'll be okay.
Yeah. Round 1, attack 1.
5. Okay. I'm sorry, I need to move the Aaron Ye's. Winnie, I am going to need a saving throw from you here in just a moment. Just need to move these two. There we go. And let's see. Too many stat blocks. There they are. Winnie, I am going to need a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, and then Scarlett, I will also need a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
22.
This is to be frightened. So if you are immune to that condition for any reason, you can.
So Winnie's already pretty terrified. Like, it's just been compartmentalized this whole time. But she did technically pass the check. So do with that what you will.
16.
I will also. You're within my 30 feet, so you have advantage.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to reroll a 19. But,
Yeah.
I passed. I'm good.
Okay. So neither of you are frightened by the chain devil's unnerving gaze.
Can I
He is
snarl
going-
back?
You sure can. Do you want to try to intimidate the chain devil?
Yeah.
It's not immune to fear,
Nice.
so go ahead.
Winnie will spare everyone and not.
25.
You know what? For an insight, I rolled an 8. I'm going to say it's going to have disadvantage on attacks against Scarlett because you look at this being that is wrapped in infernal chains, hooks and everything. This is like pretty Hellraiser-esque with the way this thing kind of appears. There's just chains like just floating off of it, hanging off of it, like they're dripping with awful like viscera and ichor. And you look into this thing's glowing eyes and like snarl into like, what? And it kind of jumps back a little bit. So
I've seen so much worse things.
let's see. So, Scarlett, you're only going to take 2 chain attacks. And then Winnie, you're going to take 2 chain attacks, and they are going to attempt to bind you. So, for Scarlett, that is a... What was that? 21 and a 17 to hit.
That's with disadvantage?
Oh, with disadvantage.
Because you said that I scared them.
They scared you. You scared them, so they're not going to use their conjure infernal chain and try to bind you. But the attacks are not a disadvantage.
Okay.
They are not actually frightened. They're just a little intimidated. So they're not going to use their full attack on you. Target is larger, smaller, grappled. Okay, you're currently grappled, and restrained. And then Scarlett, you are going to take 22 points of slashing damage from that. Winnie, that is, holy shit, 2 nat 20s. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, with the first one, I would like to react with silvery barbs, and
Okay.
I think Scarlett, like, baring her teeth and being intimidating gives Winnie a little bit of mental boost.
Great.
So if you could re-roll.
Yeah, I re-rolled a 4. It does not hit, so it's still going to be double damage. So it's still going to be 22 points of slashing damage for you as well. You are
No,
also
that's
grappled
fine.
and restrained. And let's see. When it conjures the infernal chain, it is going to target Acacia. So this will be a dexterity saving throw from Acacia.
Advantage. It's just my job for this entire fucking
Yeah,
thing.
and plus
I-
5. And plus 5. You're within 10 feet of me.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Okay, you. Let's see. Failure's that. Success. Hold on. Okay. Devil conjures fiery chain to bind the creature. You succeeded. It's within 60 feet. Failure. 9 damage fire damage. Or 9 fire damage, target restrained. Conditioned until the end of the devil's next turn, at which point the chain disappears. The target is large or smaller. The devil moves the target up to 30 feet straight. Success, the chain disappears. The chain disappears. Didn't know I had to get all the way to the bottom for that. Okay.
Oh.
So, Acacia, the chain tries to wrap around you, and you just like, whether you duck out of it, break through it, whatever, the chain just shatters, disappears, and it's like a limb is lost from this thing. It's like very like tentacle-like with all of these rattling chains. That is it for the Chain Devil's turns. We are now to, let me get back up here, Proximus.
Okie dokie.
Oh, and
In-
Proximus has my silvery barbs advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Oh. That's not for attack, right?
No, it's for attack rolls too.
For attack rolls also? Cool, thank you. Alright. Where are these fuckers at? Alright. Which ones are the... Hey, wait a second, I'm confused.
You're good. There's a lot of going on the map.
Yeah, where these guys come
So
from?
the bright red ones that are coming
right.
towards the north, those are the
Yeah.
Araignées. The ones on the left and the right that kind of look like crisscrosses, those are chains.
Yeah.
Those are the chain devils. And then all the yellow faces are Marigons.
Oh, those haven't even gone yet. Oh my
No,
goodness.
they have not gone
All
yet.
right. All right. So this guy in front of me, he is he on the ground or is he flying? Is he?
They are all at ground level. They had to get within 5
Okay.
feet to use the room.
Got it. I am going to slash the one in front of me twice. And I'm going to use Divine Smite. Is it a fiend or undead?
Oh yeah, it's a fiend.
It's kind of a rhetorical question. All right, that is a 21 to hit
That'll hit.
and a 24.
24, absolutely, yeah.
So I'm going to do that at second level. Two hits, so that is 15 slashing damage plus. Where's my D8? That's 16.
And next up will be, well, next up we'll have like kind of layer turn, but then it'll be Acacia's turn.
45,
Kaila,
45 points of damage.
45 total.
45. 45. Yeah, total.
Is any of that cold, fire, poison?
The 12 and 16 of that is radiant damage.
Okay. Yeah, radiant damage feels like it should do more. It doesn't, unfortunately. Resistant to cold, immune to fire, poison. So she'll take the full 45 out of that.
And then as a bonus action, I am going to cast my aura of infinite seas. Everyone takes a 9 temporary hit points within 30 feet of me. So incorporeal water starts swirling around and creates like a rib cage within 30 feet of us, 30 feet of me. So connecting everyone around us, covering us around. So another aura.
Great. Anything else for your turn?
That would be it.
Cool.
Yep.
Kaila, I am going to need a just D20 roll from you, please.
Okay.
Actually, probably not. Unless you roll a 1, this is going to go fine.
I rolled a 12.
Great. You will watch as the Narzagon statues begin to animate as Longinus snaps his fingers. You watch the horses kind of rear back a little bit. It's like stone and steel animating. There's creaking, there's crumbling, and their lances all begin to strike outwards. Acacia is going to hit, one of the Aranyays is going to get hit, and one of the Chain Devils is going to get hit, because you are the closest targets. Scarlett and one of the Chain Devils just kind of splitting the difference, but Scarlett rolled higher. So Acacia being the only party member, are going to take 11 piercing damage and 16 fire damage. So 26 in total, unless you have resistances. If you're taking half damage, 13 in total. And
I have, sorry, one more time.
Yeah, 26 total damage. But if you have are we having damage? I'm sorry. I'm also trying to keep track of all the stuff that's going on.
I'm the only one who's getting half damage because of the warding bond with Proximus. Everyone gets advantage on all of their saving throws and essentially gets evasion. If they save, they take 0 damage.
Okay, so yeah, occasionally you'll take the 26 damage.
So 9 of that is getting hit by the temporary hit points. This is for a question on spellcasting. Would I be applying the 17 damage I actually take as part of the concentration check, or the 26?
I think you'd be taking the damage that you actually take.
Yeah.
Not whatever the total is, because it's going to come out of, like, if you're reducing the damage already, then the temporary hit points are going to only take it from that reduction.
So DC equals 10 or half the damage you take, so 17 divided by 2. So I got to get at least a 10. Sorry, continue.
You're fine. You're good. It is your turn.
Oh, hold on. I gotta roll concentration. So I get a +5 from Proximus. Okay, I got it. I'm good. I have my concentration still. So my first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to activate my Starry Magic Wild Shake for Starry form, and I'm going to activate it into Archer form. So on activation as a bonus action, I can make a ranged spell attack to somebody. Who looks the worst out of enemies so far?
Out of enemies so far, let's see. The Chain Devil that Scarlett startled just took a pretty big hit from that Narzagon statue.
All right, so I'm gonna do that one. I'm assuming that's the one to the left.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna do that one first.
Okay.
Oop, shit. I got a 21.
Okay. That will absolutely hit.
So he's gonna take. It's gonna take us. Oh, I did not roll well. Not roll a lot at all. So that is going to be 7 radiant damage,
Okay.
and then Scarlett looks pretty bad, right, Scarlett?
Great.
Who looks the worst between y'all over there?
When you
I'm fine.
Okay. How you doing, Proxy?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm down 20.
All right, so I'm gonna cast a 3rd level Wither and Bloom. So Derek, it's a 10-foot radius. So I'm gonna basically center it at Proximus and catch those 3.
Absolutely.
It is gonna be a Con 17 saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chain Devil, let's start there, has a Constitution save +7. That is only, and then I guess they do have magic resistance. So that's an 18 +7, and then the Aaron Ye also has magic resistance. So an 18 on the first roll, 16 on the second. So they both essentially get it's a +8 con and a +7 con on top of 18. So
The base damage, regardless, they take half if they succeed. So that's gonna be total. Well, I rolled 14 damage, and the more important part is that Scarlett gets to roll 2 unspent hit dice, and adds my spell casting ability modifier to it. I'm assuming it's each die gets the +4 from my spell casting ability modifier. So
yeah.
2 hit dice +8.
Okay. So 14 damage for him, you said?
Yeah, necrotic.
Cool. Yeah, weirdly enough, they're not resistant to necrotic. Okay, and then 14, that's okay. Acacia, anything else for your turn?
No, that's it.
Great. Next up, then we have the Maragons. So let me just deduct the hit points from this lady right here. That's... Can't do math. There we go. Cool. Okay, the Maragons are all going to swoop in. One is going to jump up right here. There is one that's going to jump in right here. Another one's going to jump in right here. And then a couple of them are going to try and swarm Acacia.
Great.
So, I'm going to do 1 attack roll for all of them, because just for the hell of it. They're going to be using their halberds. They're going to make 3 halberd attacks each. So,
Bullshit.
okay, so a 17, a 7, and a 13, and then they're adding +6. So that is a 23, a 13, and a 19. So, let's see. 19,
AC 21.
Yes, so only the 23 hits Acacia.
Yes.
The 19 hits everybody. And so basically 1 hit on Acacia, and then come on, roll 20. Stop being weird. There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay. So yes, that's going to be 1 attack on Winnie, 1 attack on Scarlett, 1 attack on Callista, 2 attacks on Acacia. At least per person. So Acacia, you're still taking 2 attacks total. Okay. So Acacia, 18 slashing damage. Let's see. Winnie, that is 9 point slashing damage. Callista, since you are having that, that's only 4 points slashing damage. And then Scarlett, 9 points slashing damage.
Great. Was that an actual attack or was that a spell thing?
It is an actual attack, and
I would like them to make a dexterity saving throw, please, because of an
Hell
ability
yeah.
I found on my sheet.
I probably did that wrong. Some of you should have taken more damage. You probably should have all taken 18 now that I think about it. It's fine. Do what feels best. That's a nat 1.
Perfect. They're gonna take some thunder damage. I think that's not on their list of things that they save against, or that they're resistant to.
They're resistant to only the hell stuff, fire and poison.
Perfect. Great.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, Derek. Can you re-roll the attacks at disadvantage for me? Because I have protection from evil and good.
Okay. Nothing hits. That's
Okay,
a 2 and 8 and a 1.
So how much I got? What, 18 damage?
Yeah,
I
you
get
can get that 18 back. Everybody else takes 18 damage.
The one that stabbed me is gonna take 12 points of thunder damage, as like
Hell
it's like
yes.
literally they hit me and like sparks come off that look like little lightning bolts.
Love that. Okay.
Mark off one of those.
All right. And yes, Acacia, like, as you're looking down, you're starting to see the blood that's kind of being shed. It is flowing through those ley lines, essentially, and it's starting to be, like, absorbed, like the stone in those 4 places, the enamel's getting scraped off, and it's almost absorbing that blood like a sponge, and you can just see it kind of, like, naturally flowing into that grout, those carved lines. So they seem to be filling it, and you're starting to see an image glow on almost all of them at this point, just with how much you all have kind of grouped at the center there.
I'm gonna keep an eye on that and keep trying to read it
For sure.
as we're fighting.
Next up, we have Longinus. Longinus is still sitting in his throne. Let's see here. Okay. Spell attack. Great. I think he is going to target Callista with this one. He is going to do a let's see, 3 attacks, chance of scrape. Okay. He's actually going to target Callista, Proximus, and Acacia, kind of looking up and over. So he's a +12 to hit. So on let's see, on Callista, that is a 28. On Winnie, that is a 22. On Acacia, that is a disadvantage. I can only roll 9 anyway. And rolled an 8. Okay, so only dirty 20. So I don't believe that hits Acacia.
No.
Okay, so Callista and Winnie, you are going to take 18 points of psychic damage, and I will need a DC 20 charisma saving throw. I'm sorry, DC 20 wisdom saving throw from the 2 of you.
Okay, so mine would be 18, but it's gonna be 9 damage for me because I'm halving everything. Okay, so I do that.
And then you guys both get +5.
Okay, you said this is a wisdom save.
It is a wisdom save.
Okay, that should be fine. Okay.
Advantage against spells and other magical effects for your
Yes.
circle of power.
Advantage
Thank you.
+5.
Oh, yeah.
We got so
Alright.
many buffs up right now. I can't even keep track.
That's good because
12.
that was a nat 1. Does make it a 15 though.
I have a 28, and I'm rolling my concentration check for my circle. Oh yeah, that's a natural 20. I'm fine. Okay.
Okay. Winnie, you said you only got a 15
That is correct.
You only
with your
Yikes.
advantage and +5.
I don't want to hear it. Okay.
Wait! Do not do anything. I have a thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Winnie, you can roll a d6 for my cosmic omen.
Come on, buy pride dice.
Don't be homophobic.
What does a 4 mean? 19.
And 19. It's still short.
God damn it. I tried.
But
Dang.
you are,
Oh,
you are
yeah, it was a
charmed
20.
Hate crimed.
until the end of Longinus' next turn, or until one of his allies harms you.
I'm
So
charmed?
that doesn't mean you have to harm anyone. It just means you now regard, Longinus. You can't attack the Charmer or target the Charmer with damaging effects or magical effects. He will have advantage on an ability check to interact with you socially. You don't have to go towards him. You don't have to go away from him. You're just suddenly like, oh, he's not so bad. He's just trying to protect his home. We're the baddies.
I mean,
It tracks
I
for
mean-
Winnie.
is he wrong? No.
No.
So I cannot attack any of them, just him.
They are allies of his. I will say, I will give you disadvantage if you want to attack any of the other ones. He's the one that's directly charmed you.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
That's a good question. Okay, Bearded Devil's turns. I'm not sure any of them necessarily have... What would that be? That's 15, and then... Yeah, they're gonna probably have to dash if they're gonna do anything here, because they only have 30 feet. So I'm just gonna have them dash forward. So Scarlett, it can be your turn while I move these jets.
Okay, I would like to cast Lightning Bolt at Longinus, please.
Okay, please do.
Actually, I don't know if I can because I don't have a straight shot, because even if I move...
Jump on Acacia.
Derek, will you let me jump on Acacia and cast Lightning Bolt?
She's right next to you. I will say you'll take an opportunity attack from Amerigon, but
Nah, fuck
I
them.
am tall.
So tall.
Tall. Okay. Oh, I'm technically, it looks like under Acacia via
Uh-huh.
roll 20, but that's fine.
under Acacia.
Um,
Under Acacia.
I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. The halberd attack misses anyway.
This.
Okay. A dexterity saving throw from the Infernal Chancellor. I can do that. He has a plus 10 to his dex saves. That is... What is that? That's a 5, so it's only a 15.
Okay, cool. He had to beat an 18.
Okay.
35 points of lightning damage. And
Actually, I'm so sorry. He does have his supernatural resistance. I always forget the fucking fiends. He does have advantage. I'm gonna give him one more roll. That is a 15. So he does succeed on that. I am so sorry.
it's half damage, I think. Make sure.
I'm fairly certain it's half damage with the lightning.
Yes. And then a creature within... Is there anyone within 10 feet of me if I'm on Acacia?
Within 10 feet? Absolutely. You have 2 Marigons, 2 Bearded Devils, actually 3 Marigons, a Chain Devil. There's a lot within 10 feet of you.
Pick your favorite. They get 6 points of lightning damage from my Heart of the Storm ability.
All right. So, I'm sorry, one more time with the damage. 6 points of damage to the
6.
person. And then, how much did Longinus take?
Half of 35.
Okay.
17.
Jen is a math person. I am not.
My 2 jobs, math and advantage.
Okay. Wonderful. Next up, then, Callista. No, I'm sorry. Yes, Callista. It is your turn. Yes.
Oh my god, it's finally happened. Ooh. I was gonna say something over the mind link, and then I realized that the one guy that was escorting us out of Disc could hear our thoughts anyways, so I don't know if I want to... I don't know how Longinus fits into this, so I'm not gonna do that! Because I don't want him to know that that's in my brain, so I guess I'm just gonna keep going. I am restrained. I believe it takes me an action to try to unrestrain.
I believe that is correct. Dangling rope, blah, blah, blah. Yes, so you can attack the rope. Yeah. You can attack the rope, or you can also redo your strength save, or you could make it a dex save to try to get out of it. It is strength or dex of 16.
Those are both bad. Goodness gracious. I will, because here's the thing is, I don't necessarily care about the fact that I have disadvantage. I don't like that they have advantage on me. That's gonna get nasty real fast. So, I could try, when you say I could try to attack the rope, I'm trying to figure out.
The rope has an AC, it has hit points, it is like a glowing lasso of dishonesty.
Okay.
And yeah, it most certainly, like all rope has an AC and has, damage it can take. You can try to cut through it, or, try to break it with the strength of your hammer. It's got a little pointy end, right?
Yeah, it does. That is a very specific note that I have for Michael. It was like there's the pointy end, so I'm gonna try that because Dex isn't gonna do it and Strength isn't gonna do it. So I feel like I've gotta be smarter about it to try to do that. So,
okay,
all of this feels bad. Oh, okay. Because I did the attacking thing. That's a 26 to hit the fucking rope.
I mean, the rope has an AC of 20, so that's great.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this is the new Araignée stat block. Combines the rope into it, which is nice because previously they had a rope variant.
Yeah.
And yes, this is a magic rope. It's the entangling rope, which has an AC of 20.
Jesus. Okay, well, I don't think of it. Now that I have more information, I don't think this is going to be enough damage, and I probably should have gone for a save, but it's fine. That is 10 points of damage.
Okay. Not enough to break it at this point, but I am going to say that for the sake of this fight, this rope looks weathered. It has been used a lot, and you are able to do a significant amount of damage to it for the HP that this rope has.
All right.
Okay. Any bonus actions, anything?
Well, since I didn't use a spell slot, and I have exactly one bonus action available to me, might as well go for the Cleric Classic and cast a spiritual weapon.
Might as well.
Does anybody do I use the spiritual weapon on this fucking rope so I'm not restrained anymore, actually?
Yes.
I feel like that's the good, because I don't know if I'm going to survive a whole round of everyone having advantage at this point. So I will do that.
Okay. What's your spiritual weapon?
It is normally a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
I will say in this moment, it probably, oh God, because I hate myself, it manifests as a long sword with vines wrapped around the hilt.
Okay. Cool. Well, get that here momentarily.
That is a 25 to hit, so fuck you, rope, and then please roll, hey, D8. I need you to pull it together for me right now, okay? I believe in you so good. The pep talk worked. That was a 7, so that is 12 points of damage.
Fantastic. Okay. The rope is starting to fray.
Oh no, it's still on. That's bad. Okay, well, that's all the things I can do.
Great.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Goodbye, everyone.
Our episode is going to go long. So we were going to take a break after this next round. So Winnie, you are starting us out, and once we get back around to after Callista, we will take another quick break here.
Assuming Callista's still alive.
She'll still have a turn.
After break, I just don't come back. I just leave. Empty chair.
We will keep your soul coin in good safe for you.
There you go. Please do.
What Winnie is gonna do, because she's so terribly charmed by Longinus, and we did come into his home, and that is a pretty good point. Winnie's not really a fighter. What she is gonna do though is, unless you scooted off, fuck did you go? No, Winnie is gonna reach out and we didn't really talk about touching, but I know you're married and all, and Proximus did, but I hope this is okay. And you used to be lucky because usually it's little Jeffrey and he slaps. So when he's gonna reach out and touch Callista's shoulder, and it's sort of like when you get into the sea for the first time and it's like, ooh, cold, but then it's like refreshing, and that's Weenie's version of Death Ward. So get Death Warded.
Thank you.
Is it
I'm
safe
gonna
to
need it.
say that little Jeffrey is not under the charm?
No, he wasn't charmed.
Yeah. Well, because he's like, I just wanted to double check.
I mean, he's charmed in the way that you're charmed. I guess if you want to count him as familiar, he'd be as charmed as you were.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. It hurts my brain to think about what he is and what he isn't. I am
You've given him a level
Geppetto
of autonomy
with ADHD.
that-
Okay, here's what I would like to ask if he can do. I would like him to target the rope.
Yeah, little Jeffrey can target the rope.
Okay.
He's, I guess, not exiting the range of anybody, really. So, sure.
Okay. That is a 18 to hit?
Okay. An 18 does not hit the rope.
Does it hit if I give him Flash of Genius? With a
Probably.
+5?
Just needs to be 20 or better.
Oh, it's not for attack rolls. Never mind.
Yeah,
In which case, I am going to burn an advantage.
Okay.
No.
Use a group advantage.
Why? No. He got a nat 20, and I want to ask why.
Okay.
Because me not being tied up is very important.
He
Perfect.
can double the dice or he can double the damage.
Can he just bite it?
He'd have to move to do that, otherwise.
Also weirdly circumventing that disadvantage that I told you were going to have for, like, targeting things, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Oh,
ow,
yeah.
these are really sharp. I would like to, I think I said this, but I'm reiterating, double the damage, which is 7, 14.
14. Okay. Alrighty.
And I think that's all that's no, I will give, who's next on the list after Proximus? Acacia can have Bardic Inspiration.
Thank you. It's D6, right?
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't say that last time. It is D6.
So I have a thing. Aura of Infinite sees whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn in the sphere, you can grant the creature end of an effect, charmed or frightened. So Winnie is no longer charmed.
Yay!
I'm so excited.
But it's
thank
at the
you.
end of your turn.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that sucks.
No, but still, I've got to do stuff, and yeah, thank you.
Okay. Cool. It is the Aaron-Ye's turn. So, starting off at the top, Callista, you are going to take the force damage. So that's 4d6, and I will have that. So, wow. Only 4 points of damage. It's 8 in total. Two ones, a 2, and a 4. Pretty
Perfect.
piss poor roll on that. You are going to take 2 Withering Sword attacks. I did roll an advantage for those. So that is going to be, let's see, halved. 26 slashing damage, 22 necrotic damage.
That's halved.
That's halved. That's two hits. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I did that right. No, I did that wrong. I'm so sorry. It's only 13 and 11 because the 2 attacks would only count as 1 attack, so it would be just 13, 11. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm also piss poor mathing right now.
all good.
The other Aaron Ye targeting Proximus right there. since Proximus has tried striking at her, is going to take its well, I think it's going to try its entangling rope one more time on Proximus. So I'll need a strength saving throw from Proximus, DC 16.
Mm-hmm. Nat 20 for 30.
Great. Does not restrain you. You are not entangled, anything like that. It is going to take its Withering Sword attacks at you. 2 of those hit. So you will take 26 slashing and 22 necrotic.
26.
That is 2 attacks, not halved. Okay. That is it for the Araneas. It is Chain Devils now. Chain Devils were targeting Acacia. They were also targeting... I think they were targeting Winnie, and they were targeting Proximus a little bit. I guess the Chain Devil's going to keep targeting Proximus. Winnie, you just broke the charm. This Chain Devil is going to move a little bit closer to you and see if it can grab you. The first one to try to go for Acacia. That's right. So, 2 chain attacks on Winnie, 2 chain attacks on Proximus, and... yeah, I think they both have tried their infernal chains already, so they do not have those. Oh, that's right. It tried to go after Scarlett. So neither of them have their infernal chains available to them, so they're just going to make their chain attacks. They have +7. For Winnie, that is a 14 and a 15. I don't believe either of those hit. For Proximus, that's even worse. That's a 9 and a 12. So chain attacks go wild. They do not hit either of you. And that is it for the Chain Devil's turns. So Proximus, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's do temporary hit points first. Everybody gets 11 temporary hit points within 30 feet of me. Just to get that out of the way. In the mind link, you hear, Callista, are you trying to get close? I'll just keep it like that because I know it can read my mind. Whatever. Well, Proximus wouldn't know that anyway. He's just like, hey,
Yeah.
are you trying to go in?
Right now, I'm just trying to be able to move.
Right.
Fully wrapped in a glowing rope, just
Yeah.
fine.
Right. So, I'm going to burn 2 sorcery points, and let's see. Okay. Shadow Guardian, 10th form, Whirlpool Warp, and cast Vortex Warp on Callista, and move her 60 feet. So this looks like as he's spinning with his glaive, and hitting the 2 baddies right next to me, he is going. It's like a water, incorporeal water that hits her, and she disappears. And if you're willing, I guess, because you don't actually have to do a saving throw if you're willing.
Yeah, I'd prefer to not be where I am. I am scared of where I'm going to go, but I know where I am is bad,
Well,
so...
that's where I'm asking. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, where do I want to go? God. I want to stay by you all.
Okay.
Don't throw me up to Longinus.
Yeah. There you go. That's what I
Not that one. Not there. He will kill me immediately.
So I will actually move her to the middle behind or under Jeffrey, just to get out of where she's at.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit the 2, 1 each. That is a 20. That's 12 plus 9. What is that? Come on now.
21.
Yeah,
Blackjack.
thank you. Jeez.
31.
No,
21. I
21.
12
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
9. Not
12 and
not
9.
19. Sorry.
Yeah. And then 25 to hit.
Why do I play a math game? Yes, 25.
I know,
hits.
right? That's...
Quick math.
So, which one looks more hurt, actually?
Which ones are you targeting?
Oh, can I ping? How do you ping?
You
Press
just
and
hold
hold.
down to that.
Double click?
Yeah, press and hold. Between the Maringon and the Aaron, yes.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I mean, the Maringon just looks weaker in
Mhm.
general. I think if you were going to assess hit points, the Maringon would be your best bet.
Okay, so I'm gonna do is the Maragon also a
Everything's
Fiend or
a fiend,
undead?
bud. Everything's
Yeah.
a fiend.
Just
It's fiends all the way down, my dude. Ain't nothing here ain't a fiend.
So that is 14 slashing, and then it's not the right die. Sorry. 12, 13, and oops. 12. So 29 points of radiant damage and 14 slashing damage.
Wow. Proximus, describe how you take out this Maragon.
After the vortex warp, he's going to spin around and just cleave from one shoulder down to the waist, and then bringing the glaive back around, go from the other side to the shoulder. Just making an X.
Very fitting, perhaps, without you maybe even guessing what I was going to do. You watch as the Maragon falls, and as it does, all of this blackened blood kind of mixes with the red or whatever the hell any of you have, that flows into these ley lines and flows into that point and illuminates in this like reddish, like white at the center, red on the outline, glowing large X on the floor.
Oh, look at that.
Playing
And then
Infernal Wordle.
that sounds fun, actually.
I was gonna say, we
and-
really are in hell.
Yeah, and then I'll move up, trying to kind of like I don't know, get blocking. I don't know why, but here we are.
Okay. Yeah, standing over the body of the Maragon. Okay. Great. Next up then is the Narzagon's turns. The statue's turns, rather. I have already deducted hit points because these idiots have all stood in the way of any of you taking damage from them. So, yeah, I've already deducted those hit points, already did that roll. So next up we have Acacia.
So at the start of my turn, I changed my little cutie mark to the chalice, which is a hit point based one. Am I remembering correctly that Callista took a hit?
Callista's taking some hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
doesn't
Halved, but
look
still hits.
fabulous right now.
He does not look fabulous. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cast a 4th level Wither and Bloom. I think it's gonna go here. I think this is where I can get enough. Hold on.
That's
5.
yeah.
That's 10.
Yeah.
So
1, 2,
I
3,
hit
4,
4 of those
5.
things. It's going to be a con 17 saving throw.
Okay. Okay, so a 16 on the die, I think. For the Aaron Yays, that's a 24. For the Chain Devils, that is a 23. And then for the Maragons, that's only a... What was it, 17 on the die? So that's only a dirty 20. And then for the Bearded Devils, Jesus, that's 21. So they all succeed.
Okay,
But
so
they'll
it's
take
11 points. But
Okay.
for Callista, since you're in that range, you get to roll 3 of your hit dice, plus my spell casting modifier. I believe that's if you're going based off of how the rolls work for a short rest. It's going to be per hit die, so it's going to be 3 of your hit die plus 12. And since I changed my cutie mark to the chalice, you get you were a creature within 30 feet, regain 2d8 plus 4. So you also get 2d8 plus 4.
Cool. So I'm doing 5d8 plus 16.
Correct.
That's so good. That's so good. You don't even know. Oh my god. All right, I'll start doing all my rolling, but
Yeah, as I
Fuck.
said, that is how we've been helping ourselves. Very
oh,
selective wither and bloom.
Mhm.
dear fucking lord. Okay. Okay.
I want to know how much you get back. But anyway, as a bonus action, Derek, who looks the worst?
Around you, I'm probably gonna hand it off to within 10 feet of you. This Maragon to your left.
Oh wait, I think I changed my cutie marks. I can't. It's not. Oh, I'm not Archer anymore, so I can't do it.
Okay.
Do I have any reactions that I can use to smack somebody with? Oh, wrong. Oh, Shillelagh. That's Shillelagh. All right. Unfortunately, no. I don't have any bonus action stuff.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna square up, get ready to bash heads.
Great. Okay. Longinus's turn. He has just seen as one of his letters of his name has been revealed, and like his brow just furrows, his eyes are just absolutely glowing at this point, and he just claps his hands together. You know, if you want something done right, it appears you have to do it yourself.
Shit.
But I don't much like walking. He is going to use one of his villain actions, which is it comes from what the hell book is this?
The book of fuck you, apparently.
It's from Flea Mortals, page 71. So he is going to use Deceptive Stratagem. He is going to snap his fingers, and he is going to switch places with Proximus. And as he does, he gets to pick up to 5 creatures within 120 feet of him that will make a melee attack. So he is going to do that. He is going to take his own attack, and then he is going to pick 5 of his little minions here to also take an attack. So Proximus, you find yourself standing on the throne as...
Is it gonna save or anything?
There's no save. It is a villain action.
God.
So I'm gonna pop him just right down here so he's not overshadowed by the dead Maragon there. But let's see. Lazavos can attack Callista, and I'll have him go right here so he can get Callista and Acacia. So he is going to draw his sword. He has an infernal rapier, and he is going to do a let's see. He gets 3 attacks, so he's going to do 1 attack on Callista and 2 on Acacia.
Disadvantage.
So disadvantage for Acacia. Okay. I'm not sure any of that hits. That was a 1, a 4, and a 6. So that's a 16 as the highest. I'm not
Can
sure.
I laugh in his face?
You can. Yeah, that's always a good action.
I would like to do so.
Okay, so yeah, I don't have
She
to worry
hit the
about any of
taunt
that.
key.
Yeah, press X to taunt. He's going to kind of like look at his blade like something's wrong with it. He's gonna like kind of stick it out to see if it's bent. Oh well, you're still gonna die. So there's that. And he is going to command. Let's see. I will have one of the. Well, they can't move. They can only take an attack. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess the Barb Devils or the Bearded Devils and the Maragons are all going to take a single attack here. So Maragons making a halberd attack. That's only a 9. Okay, Bearded Devils. That's better. That's an 18 on the dice. So I believe that the bearded devils are going to get an attack. I guess on Scarlett and Acacia. So just one bearded devil attack each. They are going to use their infernal glaives, and you both are just going to take 8 points of slashing damage.
Did you get to roll disadvantage?
That was disadvantage for all of them. That was
Okay. How much was it?
It was
Is it
a
8?
20 and an 18. So 8 points of slashing damage, and I just need a Constitution saving throw from Scarlett and Acacia.
God damn it.
DC 12.
Proximus is all the way up there.
Yeah,
Sorry, what was the DC?
12.
That's a 13.
You
Fantastic.
can
Wow.
add-
I rolled a nat 1, so I'm gonna just use one of my
S-
advantages.
Scarlett can use a +5 from Weenie.
Scarlett got it. She doesn't
Yeah,
need it.
Oh,
Well,
just
I'm
kidding.
okay.
And a
I'm
+1's not gonna
re-rolling.
help.
I appreciate the readiness.
I with my with using an advantage, I got a 16.
Our bond is broken.
Oh,
Neither-
because you're 60 feet away. We divorced. No.
That's all it takes.
The ring does not glow any longer.
So you had
Okay. Neither of you take an infernal wound, so that's nice.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. No other effects. With that, we go to, I believe it's the bearded devils' turns, and then Scarlet. So bearded devils are going to take another attack, and I'll have the other ones kind of jump in here. They're gonna have to dash to get up there, but they're all gonna start their little swarming around big gal there, Acacia. But let's see. Bearded devils, they only get, they make a beard attack and a glaive attack. So it's a +5 to either. So Scarlet and Acacia, these are going to be targeted at the two of you. So for their beard attacks, wow, only a 9. For their infernal glaives, that is only a 14. So they miss with all of them. Cool. Scarlet, it's your turn.
I would like to cast Sleet Storm, please. 40-foot radius. Right in the
Yes.
center of this platform.
Okay. Sleet Storm, 40-foot radius, so...
Does that hit all of us?
It does, because I do want to cast it carefully.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that
good.
does allow 5 creatures of my choosing
So I don't
to
need...
pass and to save.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that goes all the way to the edge of the map. Okay. Great.
cold
yeah,
day in hell.
Thank
Cold
you.
day in hell.
Thank you, man. It's very good. Okay. I always forget how this works. So we're just going to do our... Nope. See, already. Okay. Let's try that, sort of. Okay. Scarlet, what... tell me what happens with this.
Until the spell ends, freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot tall cylinder, 40-foot radius, centered on the point I choose. The area is heavily obscured, exposed flames in the area are doused. The ground in the area is covered with slick ice, making it difficult terrain. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on the turn or starts its turn there, it must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, it falls prone. If a creature starts its turn in the spell's area and its concentration spell, the creature must make a successful constitution saving throw against your spell save DC or lose concentration.
Okay. I might need you to repeat that, but I am also going to just Google it here. Because I was also...
They have to make a dex. Whoever's already there, dex save. Or
Okay,
they're
except
prone.
Except for companions.
Yes, I have done careful spell for them. They are good.
Christ,
Cool.
okay, cool.
Okay, I am going to do a dex saving throw for practically all of them. But Callista, you will be up next.
Cool. I think that's an invitation for me to go ahead and do my stuff, but I'm gonna need you to roll a bunch of dex saving throws too, so I don't think I have to wait.
That's Scarlet. What was the DC? I'm sorry.
18.
18. Okay, so that's a success for the Araignées. That's a success for the Chain Devils. Maragons failed. And Longinus, where is your stuff? +5 dex. I got a 19. Bearded Devils +2. And okay, a dirty 20 for the Bearded Devils. Okay, so all the Maragons are going to fall on their asses. And that's that's everybody. So Callista, what would you like to do?
Great. What? So a bunch of them are prone. Oh, that's not
Yes,
going to end up
all
mattering.
the yellow mask ones are prone.
It doesn't super end up mattering. It feels like it should. But Longinus appears. Proximus is gone. Dude is right next to me. I'm like, I've had enough of this. And I take my hammer, full overhead two-handed swing into the ground. I am going to cast Destructive Wave. So every hostile that is in this platform, because it is a 30-foot radius, I need a Constitution saving throw from.
Okay.
Save is 18.
All right.
And I'm going to start rolling some damage.
Okay. Let's see. That's a 10 and a 7. Okay. So, Aranier's fail. Right? You said con?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Aranier's just meet. Chain Devils fail. The Maragons fail. Longinus fails. The Bearded Devils fail. So the Araniers are the only ones that succeed.
Okay, great. So that is going to start with 23 force damage.
Okay.
And then they are also going to take radiant damage.
Okay.
And 19 radiant damage.
So 19 and 23, is that what you said?
19 and 23, yes.
Okay. So
Um,
42 points of damage in total. Okay, let's see here.
and be knocked prone. Everyone who failed and wasn't already prone from the ice is also prone.
Oh yeah.
The Aranier and the... Let me see if I can work... I'll try to work clockwise here. Starting at what would be noon. So the Aranier at the top, knocked prone, and has taken 42 points of damage. So... Okay, still up, but that was a big hit. 94. I'll mark you prone here in a second. The Marangond here is dead. And was already prone. So dead on the ground. Let's mark you with an X. So we'll try to keep track. Let's see. This devil that's looking rough and prone. This Maragon dead. And what's that? And now let's see. Bearded devil looking really rough and prone. This Maragon still standing somehow. Just barely. This beard, all the
But
bearded
still
devils,
prone from the
Yes.
sleet storm.
yes, still
Standing
prone.
figuratively.
Yes. Standing in an Elton John sort of way.
I've also already pre-rolled my next steps, so we could just
Fantastic.
move.
I picture the ones on the ground just hopping up as the
I imagine like a literal the
Yeah.
way you see like the long distance footage of like a bomb going off where you see all the
Right.
dust first, like that happens and then you hear the ripple.
Okay. And lastly, oh, you killed this Chain Devil too. Okay.
Yes.
So, something's going to happen immediately because you
Uh-oh.
just killed way more than there are letters. So, you're going to watch as all that
Oh shit.
because what is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are only 5 letters, so you have killed just enough. So, give me one moment here, and I'm going to illuminate the rest of these letters. We might need to move some characters here for you to see them all, but I am going to...
Oh, the X was literally a letter? I thought it was just like guy died here. Like
And I apologize that...
It's where the treasure is.
Winnie, are you able to move Jeffrey?
Yes. I mean, he listens sometimes. Where do you want him? Does it matter?
Just left or right. Either one.
Is that okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is perfect.
It's because
He's
he's
just right on the square.
Callista, I like to solve the puzzle, Pat.
Pathos is one of like the best like joke makers from my chat, and that's very good.
Oh, picked up on that. 10 out of 10. Yeah.
So we should have all the letters right now. That is Xilix. Acacia's kind of standing over the X there, but there is, it is in the top left and bottom right corner an X, in the top right and bottom left. Might have said that the exact same way. Yeah, opposite corners are I's, opposite corners are X's. There's an L in the center.
2 X's, 2 I's, and an L. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and we just gotta figure out kind of what order it goes in without
You
being.
said 2 eyes.
2 I's, 2 X's, and an L.
It's in Zoom chat.
Perfect.
Licks.
It's honestly exactly.
I think it's I can't say it.
Zilix?
I think it's that. Yeah.
Well, it is still Callista's turn, so Callista,
Yeah, that's
you see
fine.
those numbers.
Yeah,
Illuminate.
that's what I'm gonna try to figure out how to pronounce. But again, this feels very targeted to my speech issues.
There's
But
no right or wrong way.
then I definitely warned Derek about, and I was like, "Hey, so I spent like a number of years in speech therapy to do this. So like, don't use these letters." And he went, "Got it, all of them." So
no.
This is a Nick all over again.
it's fine.
It's the time I told you that I'm descended from the guy who put the letter S in the word lisp.
Yes.
I'm that level of evil.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, please.
Okay, so I think all these letters light up, and it's like, and I look right at Lon, just be like, now it's a game. How do we feel about? And Callista's gonna do her best to be like this Zilix, whatever. Like that's how I feel like what we've written out there. The Xilix. I'm gonna say that while I hit him with the spiritual weapon.
Nice.
So I have rolled that. That was a 24 to hit.
Yeah. Zilix is exactly how I was pronouncing it. And as you say that name, you watch his eyes go wide. That smile, that southern charm drops. And you also watch as like the light in his eyes deadens. Like whatever that infernal light from within has been snuffed. 24 absolutely hits. Please do your damage.
Okay, it's not a lot of damage. It's just 15 points of force damage. I always forget what spiritual weapon is. Force damage, yes. It is the max damage that can do. I rolled an 8 on my d8, but yeah, he will take 13 points of force damage from the spiritual weapon.
Okay. So
What a hell of a turn.
Right? Destructive Wave is one of those pie in the sky spells that I've always been like, someday I'm going to get to use this one and it's going to be so good. And be like, hey, here's 12 combatants around you. And I'm like,
This is it. This is it.
So, Callista, I gave a number of hit points that would be deducted from him for every letter that was revealed, ultimately losing all of them once his name was said. How do you take out Infernal Chancellor Longinus?
Oh.
Hey, you got the killing blow.
dead. If you would allow me to fudge rules slightly,
Please.
I think I do this Destructive Wave. We get the name. And I say, how does Zilix sound? And I think as like that spiritual weapon is coming down, I think like I'm like pulling it to my actual hammer. And like it is like surrounding it. Like I am like big, like almost cartoon style giant malleting him and like hitting him with both like that spiritual weapon and my weapon at the same time. And just like full like midsection body blow.
The form of Infernal Chancellor Longinus crumbles with that hammer strike. Literally just like turning into ash and dust as you do. The limited physical form that was left of this individual. His eyes wide and black as, as cooled coal. The last words he says are, I gambled and I lost. And that hammer just goes right through him. As that happens, the doors that you first came through, like the second that hammer just smashes through, they swing open wide, like slamming against the walls. And Paimon stands there and he goes, "Well, it took you long enough." And that is where we are going to take our next break. When we come back, we'll resolve the end of this, and we'll be back very soon. Please enjoy your ad roll. Stick around.
I have words for Payman. Words.
I'm sorry.
I don't believe you this time. I don't
know.
believe you this time. Yahar, welcome back. The joke doesn't land as well if they've already heard it. I don't just say Avast every single time.
They didn't hear it. We went to the ending screen instead.
Yeah, you heard it.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Out of combat. Paimon is strutting down the plush carpet, kind of like swaying. As he does, every one of the sconce, like torches, just like flares up as he walks past it. Shiv is like on his shoulder. All of the Maragons, Bearded Devils, Chain Devils, Arandiers, everything around you still have their weapons pointed. And he goes, "That's enough! Daddy's home. Go back to whatever you were doing before, when I was here, when things were better." And he kind of just like walks past all of you, goes, "Scarlett, good to see you. Acacia, you're looking terrible. I don't know, you look familiar though. Interesting. Shock Boy, Lava Girl." And then he like walks all the way up to the throne where Proximus, you're still presumably standing. "Get your fucking feet off of my seat."
I make sure that I take two like really big, like it's a rug, like too big, and then I step down. Or actually, I'll just like hover, like fly off.
"I'm going to be nice and consider that not damage to my property." He like waves and like the dirt kind of goes away. He sits, and as he does, he again, but it's very similar to what Longinus did. He puts his hands against his horns and watches them just like elongate, kind of like how Loki fucking does. And like it's a very similar rack to what Longinus had. By Asmodeus, I missed these. Well, you all did your job. Good, thank you. At least I could have asked for, considering I didn't really ask for much.
No. You asked us to come to the Hells to take care of something you couldn't. You asked for more than what you were warranted to.
I see the Hells have been getting to your tone a little bit. That's fine. I'll forgive it for now, because you all have done me quite a favor. And don't forget, I'm not forgetting my end of the bargain by any means. This chair is very nice. I had it custom made, by the way.
I would like it to be known that we are not your lapdogs. This is it. Done.
Oh.
No more deals. No nothing.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, and you reminded me about my lapdog. Shiv, go get Fido.
Fido?
And Shiv goes, yeah, okay, all right. You know he always tries to eat me, right? You know, he's like, yes, that's the point. That's why I want you to go get him. It's funny to watch. And you watch Shiv go flying off. In the meantime, while Shiv is getting himself settled back at home as well, so you've taken out a handful of my retinue, but I don't remember any of their names, so I'm not really going to care too much. What's your priorities right now? The Vault, I presume. Your new friend. I don't have a contract with her, so we could make one.
No.
Spoil sport. Fine. Well, all the same. Access to the Vault.
All the speak of dog. I want to use 3 sorcery points and bring Smokey from the shadow. I want my dog here too, to meet Fido.
Yes, well,
I could say something really mean, but I won't.
dog park.
Talk about bringing my dog here, and it's just...
It's just Marcus. I wear a collar too.
Oh my god.
You hear a scream come from
Cheers.
the doors, and Shiv comes like flying through, chased by a massive hellhound, like as
Nice.
big as Smokey, but like more muscular. The way you see like some people when they pump their pit bulls full of steroids, and they're just like they look like you don't want to meet them in a dark alley. Yeah.
Channel point of
and-
note: don't do that. Just don't.
Yeah,
do
Please don't.
I'm sorry, that needs to be said. The hellhound just comes like panting, rushing. There's literal lava coming out of its mouth, like saliva, as it comes running up, and just it comes to a skid on the carpet, and like comes to a stop, and he goes, "Oh, Fido, I missed you so much. Very good to be home. I presume you were probably killed this whole time. Longin is not really a dog person, but it is what it is. Anyway, access to the vault. Grabbed it. And as he does that, the circular kind of floor you're standing on begins to descend like it does in really cool movies where like stairs begin to descend from it. And you see that it kind of opens downwards into a spiral staircase with a glow beneath. Callista, something that you brought up to me that I really appreciate, amongst all the ash that exists from what Longinus was. There's no clothing, there's no weapon that remains of him. But there is a small, soft gleam of metal in all of that ash as you look down and you see through your infernal weapon, soul coin.
Yep. I will pick that up through the ash. Kind of like run it through my fingers a little bit. And be like, you had a choice. And I would like to go to Paimon. And come up and I will give a respectful, like I recognize like I'm in his place and I'm also not gonna survive fighting someone else. I'd be like, I understand that you don't have a contract with me, so my assistance in this endeavor, you don't technically owe me anything, but I would like to offer you perhaps a trade for some of the boons you have offered the rest of the group. And I'm going to hold up the coin because I'm sure this is going to be a lovely little treat for him to float around in front of people. Say, this could be a nice
idly
trophy.
Just like starts to reach for it. I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement. No pen to paper needed. What do you want?
I'm going to kind of look at it a little bit, be like, they each are getting 2 items from the vault?
That was part of their deal, yes.
I would like... I'm reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to have my pick of 1 item and maybe a sort through some of the soul coins that might be living in there. They're nameless to you.
That's fine. I recognize a holographic Charizard when I see one. You can go through my Rattatas and Squirtles and whatnot.
Fair enough. And I will flip it to him and then follow everyone else down to the vault.
He catches it and like stuffs it down his shirt a little bit. I'll know if you take more than you're entitled to. Just throwing it out there.
As I'm walking away from him, I will look over my shoulder and be like, Sizeth has moved up in the ranking of things at the city, and he's been eyeing the spot. You should keep an eye out for him and keep going.
You know, if you're looking for a job, I'm always looking to hire.
I'm not exactly allowed in the city anymore. We'll talk later.
Winnie's gonna trot back up the stairs a little bit. She got, pulled in by the siren song of Sweet Sweet Loot. Hey, Mr. Paimon, the rings? Locations?
Infernal Chancellor Paimon, and why don't
I'm
you
sorry,
go
Mr.
be a
Infernal
loot
Chancellor.
goblin for a minute. We'll deal with the rings here shortly, but I haven't forgotten.
Thank you.
Damn right you haven't forgotten.
Yes, damn right indeed.
So we're like heading
Well
down the
said.
stairs. I'm just like mumbling, like, God, I
Yes.
can't wait for this to be over.
In
A horse
retrospect,
on stairs.
You're not the one who agreed to have him on your ship every once a month.
Yeah, that's still not happy about that.
Neither am I, but here we are.
maybe
To
we
be
should
fair,
have
though,
him-
Maybe he'll
come-
be too busy and too important to come to my ship now.
No.
One can hope.
Hey, but if he comes to the ship, more opportunities to deck him.
I would not recommend doing that.
Oh, I
Tussle
don't
for
want
good
to.
faith.
Also,
I probably will not, and I will resist heavily, but also it would be very satisfying.
also to contract, he'll probably show up.
The verbal
Getting
contract.
decked.
When is he going to tell us about these rings?
After we...
I'm
uh,
assuming that we're walking down.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
we loot Goblin, he said.
For the sake of Jen's time, next episode.
I'm good.
For the sake of Mare's time,
Hi, it is almost 10 o'clock.
it is almost 10 o'clock. So, as you descend into the vault, you see that it is an open circular space, very much mirroring the one that you were just kind of standing on, that kind of plinth area that you were all standing on. It is stacked with soul coins, just absolute, like literal stacks of these metal coins that have this red glow about them. I think for Proximus and Callista especially, like, it makes your heart skip a beat for how much evil is in this place. And all through this room, you can see that there are stands that have different items on them that are kind of specially set aside. One thing that I did not mention on break, I want to say on screen, is in the description that I sent all of you, I did not tell you if these were cursed. Some of
Oh,
them,
great.
I'm not going to tell you which, and I'm not going to tell you what that curse is.
No, that tracks.
Oh,
That's very funny.
oh my
Oh,
God, that's
fuck.
great.
Oh
Might be-
no.
Might be cursed.
We're gonna do a
some are cursed.
I kind of want to be cursed, not gonna lie.
Some of these are pulled from third-party sources, including the Griffin Saddlebag Book 2. Some of these are pulled from just straight, standard 5e stuff. But there is a Baleful Talon, a Belt of Hellhound, some Chain Devil Gloves, which are made literally from the hand parts of Chain Devils. A Cloak of a Stygian Bat, a Crown of Storms, which I don't know why the Cloak of Stygian Bat didn't do the thing I wanted it to. It's fine. Death's Shadow, which is an amulet. Demon Armor, which you would see a glass that is swirling with this viscous liquid that seems almost like Ferrous liquid, the way that it kind of spikes. As you all walk past, it's like reaching for you. It's trying to get to you.
Oh, it's
there is
friendly.
there is a scimitar,
No.
the Eternal Slayer, a prosthetic arm, called the Guardian's Reliquary. There is a flail called the Harbinger's Flail, indicating some familiar feathers and symbolism that many of you would be familiar with. The Heart of the Damned Intervention, a literal giant chain-bound infernal heart. I say giant in the sense that it is 1 foot tall and weighs 10 pounds, bigger than most hearts.
Winnie is like heart eyes at that. Like
It
it
is
is so flippin' weird.
Another dagger, the Heaven's Edge, a longsword called the Heretic, a horn that looks like it's carved from maybe like a demonic dragon called the Horn of Beckoning, a simple iron flask that is given a place on a plinth where you're like, that's boring, but it seems important. A Rod of Hellish Flames, a Spirit Board, a Tablet of Reawakening, provides a true resurrection, and a Warhammer called Zeal. So I will let you all kind of decide on what you might like between all these two items. But as we're going to kind of skip ahead a little bit here, presumably you all take your two items. You return to Paimon, who looks to all of you agreeing to make the deal for your your elder remnants, your elder artifacts. The promise was that I gave the information to the contractees. So you Kelly.
Callista.
Callista.
Don't ever call me Callie again.
Headphones.
I am happy to take my leave.
Great. And he claps, and you vanish.
Oh. God damn you!
She's fine, presumably.
I was going to ask if she wanted to come with us. Or at least not in hell.
Where
I
is she?
I sent her to the last place I was, which was that very nice little castle with the mean blue man.
All right.
Your brother.
Probably pretty safe. Was he grouchy? I bet he was grouchy.
When is he not? You've only
Yeah, I
been
was about
gone
to
for
say
like...
he's literally.
You've been gone for less than a minute.
Paimon, are you the one that is going to get us out of here?
Yes. Yes,
Oh.
that was part of the deal. Unless you all have transportation otherwise, but, in which case, leave whenever.
Can we do this back at the castle? Or do we have to do this here?
I'm staying here for now. I just got home. So, I'm doing this here. And you all can go back and wait until I appear on your ship next time. Well, your ship.
No, Proximus. Let's just quicker we finish talking, the quicker we go home.
Right.
Yes. In fact, the quicker you get home, because you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So, Elder Rings. And with that, I want to cut away. Callista, back on the material plane, you find yourself in the first sunlight that maybe you felt in a small eternity. Time moves weird in the Hells. Is your home the same way it was before? Is the world the same as it was before? How long has it actually been? You see a number of strange faces, all just looking confusedly at a tiefling that's appeared before them. As there's a sea elf wearing glasses and kind of these wizard robes. You know what? I don't even care at this point. Is Winnie fine?
Winnie is fine.
Fantastic. What's your name?
Callista.
Rollin. The door is there.
Thank you. I will exit.
Fantastic. What comes next for Callista remains to be seen. Perhaps we will see that later. I think that's up to Jen and scheduling. But let's keep that story a little open-ended. For the rest of the party, let's go ahead and end it there for the night. I appreciate you all sticking around for an extra hour. When we come back next time, the location of some Elder Rings, the revelations of some ancient secrets, and perhaps even some new truths, as you have all fought through quite a lot of difficulty to achieve this information, and standing on the verge of this next step to your journey, a journey in and of itself, just to receive information. I can't wait for whatever comes next. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Horizon's Call. Thank you to my wonderful cast. Thank you to you in the audience. I am Derek Sword, as he and pronouns. I have been your GM for this game, and I am joined as always by these very lovely people who I'm going to have say more about themselves and where you can find more of them. I highly recommend you do. Let's go ahead and go around. Mara, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hey, hi, I'm Mara. You can find me on not Twitter, because we don't use Twitter anymore. Neither do I. All applicable social media at Archmage of Dice. Right now, this is where you can find me, but starting on April 11th, which is a Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, over on Valorant's channel, we are returning with Season 3 of our Avatar Legends game, Smoke and Ashes. I am ready to get maimed and have my heart broken. It's gonna be great, because it's pre-Aang era and we are in the Fire Nation now. That's the start of the war. Let's fucking go. What else? That's all I got.
I'm very excited for that game. I absolutely love Veldrinth. Very excited for you to be back on that. Next up, we have Eva.
Hi, hello, it's me, Eva. I am here on Saturdays and prepping stuff for further down the year, but other than that, that's pretty much all I've got at the moment.
Fantastic. Next up, we have Michael.
Hi, fam. I'm Michael. You can find me at Michael Sandoval, Mikyl Sandoval, on Discord or on Instagram. That's the place. And BlueSky. Or you can just hang out with us on the Discord channel. I have my own channel on there where I do art, and right now I'm just I do this on Saturdays with my favorite friends. So come check us out.
Absolutely. A special thank you to Michael for the artwork that you see on stream, for all of our promotional materials. Again, not just for Horizon's Call, but also for Humblewood and so many other games that have been played before. It's such an honor, and we finally figured out a way to pay him. It's through Warhammer 40k models. So if you do need to ever compensate Michael,
Space Wolves.
yeah. Send him some Space Marines. Send him some. I don't know enough of the lore. Thank you so much, Michael. Next up, Kaila.
Hi, hello, my name is Kaila. I have been your Siren Storm Sorcerer Scarlett Shores today, and I am a Sword and Key exclusive. I am planning, maybe, possibly, a not one-shot game behind the scenes for a special event coming up, so stay tuned and whatnot for that. I would also like to say I've been wanting to play games with Jen for well over a year now, so it makes my heart very happy that I have gotten to do so now. A bucket list crossed off, wanting to do again, absolutely.
It has absolutely been, and before I let Jen talk for herself, I do want to say it's been an absolute joy, pleasure, and honor to play with you. You are one of the better people I've ever had the great opportunity to spend time at a table with, and I appreciate you as a person. I appreciate you as a creator and a player. I can't wait for whatever we play next. So that said, we're going to rewind more of yourself, Jen.
You guys are too sweet, and you're gonna make me cry. I'm Jen. I'm Low Zelda on all things internet. I'm also Long Dog Dice at a lot of the same places. I do some of my own streams. I sometimes play games over on that D'Angelo's channel, and help out with Kickstarters and things like that. Dice, I have a dice drop happening on Friday, April 4th at 5 Central. All that stuff is up on the Coming Soon tab. On Friday, April 18th, over on my channel, I'll be running a game of Blood on the Clock Tower for the start of my Extra Life push for the year. So if you're not familiar with that, it's a werewolf style game, but better because you're not out when you're dead. You still get to play. And then viewers can donate to fuck with the game, which has led to some of my favorite clipped moments. So that is all good and wonderful. And thank you all so much for sharing your table and your game with me. I really, truly appreciate it. This has been a fulfilling experience of a game that I have not had in a very long time.
Incredible. Please check out all these wonderful people. Please check out Marilyn Valdrian's channel. Please check out Michael's artwork. Please check out Jen and Long Dog Dice. And when you do, please use our code Sword and Key for 10% off your first purchase. I do want to say, before I get into too much other Sword and Key stuff, a special thank you to Mare and Eva and Kaila, who all do tech production for so many of our games. Eva did today's. And I just want to always thank them for the hard work that they put in for that. For the rest of Sword and Key stuff, you can find everything at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. That's our socials, Instagram and BlueSky. You can join our Discord, the second link down, be a part of our community, hang out, get access to cool things like a drop for an application that's coming out right after we're done with this game. We're going to have an application out for an upcoming game being run by the very wonderful Angela that you can apply to be in. Please do. We'll post the social media here in a little bit, but Discord's always going to be the best place to see stuff first. So please check that out and apply. We would love to have you around. If you're a chill person and you don't have terrible views, you're pretty much welcome at the table. I should state, we do prioritize diversity as much as possible at our tables, and that's diversity for all marginalized voices. I'm very aware that I don't fall into a lot of those categories, and I like to have tables of people that represent more than just me. So keep that in mind. Looking at the calendar for Sword and Key, Tomorrow we have the finale of Humblewood Yonderbound. It's a big deal. They are up against an even bigger bad somehow. Maybe lower CR. I don't know. Actually, no, it's not. It's a higher CR and they're lower level. So things are going great. Tomorrow we also have Humblewood's 10 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah, that is the finale. It's going to be big. We also have the release of our next episode of Monster Crush on our beacons. You can also find links to Monster Crush. It's a podcast I do with my friend LD. We talk about different cryptids, creatures, miscellaneous monsters from myth, how smoochable they are. We just got done with our In the March of Madness episodes, which did Lovecraftian monsters. We're doing a dinosaur episode, and it gets weirder than usual. I had to really break my algorithm with some searches. So if you're interested in that, and some big hefty dinosaurs, check that out wherever podcasts are found. And you can always see the links for everything on our Discord as well, on the Sword and Key Discord. Tuesdays, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, we have Gate Night. I'm going to be upfront. That is April 1st. I'm like being funny, but not picking on people on April 1st. So I'm going to be honest right now. We are playing Monster Prom. We are not playing Baldur's Gate 3 like we typically do. So we're going to be doing some additional monster romancing on that night. And I'm joined by LD and Chet for that. On the 4th, that is the birthday of one of our fantastic mod, Gona's birthday. So very happy birthday to them. And then at 6 p.m. Pacific time that night, we do have our next Sword and Key movie night. Gona did pick this one. We are watching The Birdcage, a fantastic film with Robin Williams, Gene Hackman, and Nathan... I was going to say Nathan Fillion. That's not right. Fantastic movie, so I highly recommend checking that out. Horizons Call will be back next week, 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then in April, we've got, like I said, applications coming out, some new games coming out. I'll have an application out for Cursed Captains of Cthulhu. And then before too long, we're going to have applications for Pride Month. And we're going to be doing some stuff for April for the arts as well. So that might be what Cursed Captains of Cthulhu is for. Yeah, and it's also going to be wonderful mod and co-host of Monster Crush, LD's birthday on the 12th as well. So with all that in mind, please check out all of our stuff. Please be a member of our community. Tonight we are going to be raiding Otso Spirit Bear, the wonderful Val, who is doing some game design 101 talks. So please go spread some positivity over there. And until next time, be kind to yourself and others. And fair winds, following seas, brave mariners. We'll see you next time.